A fresh round of gold medal winning Tui lagers with a clean, crisp taste. Don't miss out. Like this hand has. Silly hand. Ning nong.
Okay, it looks like we're ready up there. Okay. 2 minutes, okay.
Hay barn cops a brunt of a lot of the weather up here. One year we lost
all the freshly picked cherries that we had sitting on storage that were
perfectly ready for shearing. If it hadn't been for
the loud bang and the flag and pour hit me in the nuts. And
hurts for about 5 minutes, and then over the next few weeks it'll drop off.
For advice on protecting yourself, as well as everything else on your farm or business, talk to FMG. Ask around about us or call 0800 366 466. FMG, we're here for the good of the country.
125 years ago, people imagined a device that was handheld, interactive, with a shiny glass facade that allowed them to connect to their mates, organize a night out, and interact with their peers. That's the sound of you logging in. Like Tui. Like. Like.
Yeah, it's always good to save money on the farm, and one of the best ways would be the mouse traps, bloody awesome hot mouse traps, and some
poison, stop the rats from taking over. They're
leaping up the back of the cab about a foot, I suppose.
Because FMG is a mutually owned insurer, profits are reinvested to keep your premiums affordable. Ask around about us or call 0800 366 466. FMG, we're here for the good of the country.
In the big rock candy mountains, there's a land that's fair and bright, where the handouts grow on bushes and you sleep out every night, where the boxcars all are empty and the sun shines every day.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the New Zealand Shearing Championships for 2000. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're moving. Okay. Okay, we'll be moving straight along with the junior Woolhandling semi-final. Stand 2, Lee George, Hannah Spires, Raylan Sinclair, Shakita Tempo, and Blaze Haraki. With those
all day.
And so with those novice shearers that have not checked in at the door, would you please check in?
This is Cruise FM News at 1 p.m.
In this update, she could have been one of the victims of the Boston bombings, but Lila
Testing 1, 2.
to the death penalty for the man responsible.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls. Welcome along to the New Zealand Shearing Championships for the year 2015. We're underway here with our afternoon program. And of course, we're going to move straight in with the junior Woolhandling semi-final. If you're not too sure about the wool handling, the shearers up there, they shear the wool There's a lot of discoloured wool that needs to be removed, a lot of shorter wools from the main line of fleece, and it's up to these competitors to separate all those different types of oddments. For the New Zealand Shearing Championships, they are the sponsors here for this junior wool handling.
A quad bike accident in Northland.
We have Lee George on stand 2, Hannah Spears is on 3, Raywin Sinclair is on 4, Chiquita Tamipo is on stand 5, and Blaze Hariaki is down here on stand number 6. Well, John, we're just waiting on our wool handling judges. I believe they're having photos at the moment, so we've got a bit of time up our sleeve. The time is 1 o'clock. When our judges are finished, we'll get them up on the stage and we'll get underway.
Call on 0800 JG McIndoe. That's 0800 546 246.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a speed share held tonight at the Waitomo Club. And we've got a brave lady, Dana Tiaho, who will be sharing her hair. Her hair will be shorn off for cancer by legendary world champion shearer David Fagan. So that's all go tonight down at the Waitomo Club. Whipping there, the speed share is held down there, and I believe it's at 7:30 or 7 o'clock start. Just read in the book. Oh, that's the speed share tonight.
Be a good sport and like and share Cruise FM on Facebook.
Righto, we're just waiting on wool handling judges, and we'll be right to make a start here. Heat 1, the semi-final.
Streelman will have to make history if he wants to win the Masters. Streelman's won the par 3 contest in a playoff over Colombian Camilo Villegas after they finished level at 5 under. Nobody has ever won that event and the green jacket in the same year. Another Kiwi cyclist has spent time in hospital after crashing at a day 1 race in Europe. Shane Archbold was one of more than a dozen riders that fell in the final kilometre of the Skilden Précy Classic in northern Belgium. Archbold's been released from hospital after being cleared of any broken bones, and he should be okay to line up in Paris-Roubaix this Sunday night. Felipe Contino.
If those judges are ready, could they come back to
English football's FA Cup? The Brazilian has scored a late winner to beat Blackburn 1.
Can we have the wool handling judges back, please? Can we have our wool handling judges back, please? Wool handling judges. Come on, guys. Let's have you on the board, please. Woolhandling judges, let's go. I know.
Righto, heat one of this junior woolhandling semi-final, just waiting on our last woolhandling judges, and we'll make a start. They've been away having prize-giving photos. So we've got Lee George, Hannah Spears, Raywin Sinclair, Chiquita Tamipo, and Blaze Hariaki up there on stand 6.
Come on, Hobby. Timekeeper's ready. It doesn't. John. Competitor's ready. Get set. Go.
Well, here we go. We're into it. Junior woolhandling semi-final time. Let's pick it up a notch, competitors. Take it to the next level. We're only going to take the top 5 into the final a little later on, which is held tomorrow afternoon. Who's going to be crowned our new junior handling champion for the year 2015? And by Joes, we've got a tough field up here in this wool handling. Don't be shy if you know someone up here. Get in behind them and cheer them on a little bit. The shearers are up the neck and round behind the back of the head they work. Chiquita Tamipo down here, the Golden Shears champion, junior wool handling champion, the young girl on stand number 5. We have a look down the board. Hannah Spears is working along there. Cool, calm and collective. Lee George down there on stand number 2. Bit of support for Lee now. The reaches around, grabs that long blow. There's a lot of work in these fleeces, and by Joes, they've got to be skirted to a high standard. The wool store won't take second best, folks. We're looking at about $4.30 a kilogram for this type of wool, this shorter second wool. Well, the first sheep's gone. Here comes sheep number 2 now. They've got to get the board nice and tidy. They've got to keep within their areas up here, folks. They've got the black lines there, and they've got to stay within their boundary. If any wool goes over those boundaries, we've got the judges up there, and the wool handler will be penalised if any wool goes outside their line. Well, into the undermine work the shearers. A lot of short and discoloured wool to separate. In and around the undermine they go now. Up the neck we step. Blaze Hariaki down here starts to get stuck into it. Who's going to be the top 5 make it into the junior wool handling final tomorrow afternoon? By Joes, it's going to be a hard one to see just who it is that makes it through. $500 first prize, the nice purple ribbon. It's all up for grabs. Down the last side, work our shearers now. Here they come. Resident shearers been shearing very well here this morning. We've seen these junior wool handlers come through, and these are the top 10 folks. We had about 30 odd competitors, and of course these are the top 10. We've got another heat coming up after this. One more sheep left in the pen, is that right? We're going to do 3. 3 sheep. Here we go. Who's done the homework? Who wants to make it into that final? Chiquita Tamipo, the Golden Shears Junior Wool Handling Champion. A bit of recognition for her up here on stand 5. Raywin Sinclair there, reaches around, grabs the belly. Into the undermine go the shearers now. There's a lot of discoloured wool in some of these fleeces. It's up to these wool handlers to separate it all, find a home for that bit of wool, and send it away to the wool store. We're turning over about $900 million in wool just here in New Zealand, folks. That's how much these guys and girls around the country put into this job. It's not a dead-end job. These people go on and strive to be some of New Zealand's biggest athletes. Or down the last side, when we finish, guys, it's all about the blend. They've got to blend the good wool up on the ground. The idea is to mix fleece through fleece. So you've got to shake it all up, and the judges are up there, and they make sure they do it properly. Here we go now, 30 seconds. The time starts to go now. Get in behind your favourite. We got a bit of tidying up down here. Blaze now into the blend. We watch the blends. They got to hit the bottom, bring it up through the top. Wonderful blends going on down here. Absolutely amazing. Get in behind and cheer your favourite on, guys. The junior Woolhandling semi-final here at Tikawiti for the year 2015. Your last shot at it, making the final. Who's going to have their hand up first? There's a tummy paw here on 5. Who's it going to be? Time for tummy paw. Oh, that's going to be a hard one to pick. Give them a good hand, folks. The junior Woolhandling semi-final. That was heat 1. We've got one more heat in this. John Granger. Who's in this next heat coming up?
Yeah, the next heat, Joel, we've got Sarah Hill, Belangi Harrier, Jaden Henry, Angelina Kirkpatrick, and Monique Mackay. Those Woolhandlers, can you get ready, please?
Righto, could we have those next lot of baskets come out? Thanks, guys. Our wonderful resident wool handlers here, Rangi Roycroft from Pew Pew and his team of wool handlers. Absolutely incredible, the voluntary work that goes in behind the scenes here at the New Zealand Shearing Championships. Don't forget, if you've got some friends at home, family, that weren't able to make it here to the Shears, just tell them to click onto the live streaming. It's live streaming here across the internet. So just tell them to Google New Zealand Shearing Championships and they'll be able to watch it live streaming. Righto, here we go. We're not going to muck around here. Heat number 2, second and final heat of the junior Woolhandling semi-final. We've got Sarah Hall on stand 2, Bianca Harvey is on 3, J.D. Henry from Milton is on 4, Angela Kirkpatrick from Napier on 5, Monique Mackey from Gisborne is on stand number 6. Well, John Granger, we look like we're ready to make a start when you're ready.
Thank you, Joel. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Pitters, go.
Well, here we go. The junior Woolhandling semi-final time. This is the second heat. We've seen the first heat go up. They look pretty sharp, I would have thought. But this is heat number 2, so they've got a bit of an advantage. They've seen the first heat go up. Now they know what to do. Into the undermine, it's Angela Kirkpatrick's full of smiles down here on stand 5. She'll have to get a little bit more serious. We're going to step it up a notch when we get into the final tomorrow afternoon. We've got to get there first, folks. We're going to take the top 5. We do have a computer screen up here, and as the results come through, we will let you know just how these competitors get on. But if you know someone up there, don't be shy to get in behind them, cheer them on a little bit. A bit of support never hurt anybody. Well, shearers, just have a look down the board. We're on the long blow down there on 2, and we're on the last side here on 6. That's good, we're back in line. A bit of support now, cheer on your favourite bull handler. Surely you must know someone up there, get in behind them. This is the one that counts to make the final, and it's all come down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to be crowned our junior wool handling champion for the year 2015? Holy smokes, there's a lot of wool on these woolly sheep. These woolly Romneys hold a lot of wool, but these wool handlers seem to be handling it quite well at this moment. It looks pretty much neck and neck. You have a look at the area that they've been given to use and work in, and by Joes, there's not a hell of a lot of room up there. The belly wool is away. At the top of the belly wool, there's a little bit of discoloration in the belly. We call that the frib wool. It's a bit yellow, it's a bit discoloured. So it's up to the wool handler to draw the mark and to separate that type of wool. Well, around the long blow now we go, and it's all about keeping up blow for blow with the shearer. Once you're behind, it's hard to catch back up. Ronnie Mackey's got the long broom up here. She's used her head. She says that'll work well for me. But it's anybody's game here in the King Country, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wonderful. Well, they tell me we have the New Zealand Junior Wool Handler of the Year. This the young girl Henry there on stand number 3. Stand 4 rather. She won the title down in Balclutha. So we got some pretty good wool handlers here from around the country, folks. But it's not all about how good you are or how fast you go. It's about the job that you're doing. Into the undermine go the shearers now. Angela Kirkpatrick's picked it up a notch. Bianca Harvey's already been there and done that. But how's the young girl Hall going down there on stand 2? She's just plodding away, cool, calm and collective. Get in behind them, cheer them on a little bit, folks. This Angela Kirkpatrick, I think she might have it in the bag. She might have it in the kitty. She doesn't look too phased at the moment, full of smiles up there. Righto, here we go down the last side. Now we all turn together. Sheep number 3 out on the board. They've only got 30 seconds from the time the shearer pulls the cord to the time the wool handler puts up their hand. Here we go, Angela Kirkpatrick, you ready to go? Let's rock and roll now. Cheer them on, folks. It's into the blend time. 10 seconds tick by already. Who's going to make it into the junior wool handling final? $500 up for grab here in Tikawiti. We're down to the blends now. The crowd is starting to roar now. It's all going back to clean it up now. The first to the broom is the young girl Henry, who's going to have their hand up neck and neck. Oh, it's dead heats there. She was first off there. J. Diva Henry, absolutely wonderful performance. Give them all a good hand, folks. And well done to your competitors. It'll be good to see who the top 5 are that made it into that final. Best of luck to your competitors. John Granger, we now move on with the senior wool handling semi-final. So if we could have some names, that'll be great.
Well, yep, certainly, Joel. Heat 1 of the wool handling semi-final for senior. Tara Chapman, Anna Braddock, Rangi Roycroft, Erin Smith, and Ashley Aparo. Those wool handlers, can you get ready, please?
Right, well, I'd just like to thank Rangi Roycroft, Rangi Roycroft from Pew Pew. who's been organising the wool handlers here for many years. I think since the early 80s, perhaps. Righto, we're going to move it up a notch, folks. I think we step it up. We're going to pick it up in the pace. The shearers will pick it up. We're going to go on with another extra sheep. Tara Chapman from Martree is on stand 2. Anna Braddock from Ekarahuna is on stand 3. Rangi Roycroft from Pew Pew is on stand 4. Edna Smith from Ruatoria, but currently residing in Flaxmere, Hastings. And down here we have Ashley Arpidal from Martinborough in the weighted upper. That's down here on stand 6. Righto, how many sheep have we got in the pens, guys? 4. 4 sheep.
They're leaving behind in the wool. Any mistakes they're making, they get in the road of shearers. When the wool goes out the back and there's another group of judge what they've done there.
Righto, wool handlers, it's a quick 10 seconds. We're going to keep moving along.
Can't leave any fribby wool in there or anything like that, so they've got to take all that out.
So they've got to do that in that time that's out here,
Yeah.
Well, Wool Systems Limited, they are the sponsors here to the senior wool handling event, folks. They do have a lot to do with training, shearing and wool handling, harvesting throughout New Zealand, based in Dannyville. Well, John Granger, we look like we're ready to make a start.
Yep, that's right. Thank you, Joel. Righto, looks like we're ready to go. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Bidders, go!
Well, folks, we pick it up a notch now. We've moved to the senior grade of this wool handling. And of course, we've got some big names up in here. Here we go now. The shearers are going to pick it up a little bit, apply a bit of pressure, put these wool handlers, let's see them working, folks. Up the undermine they come now. The top-notch wool comes and falls away. They've got to find a home for that little bit of wool. Edna Smith from Ruatoria's got a bit of work to start off with. Sheep number 1 now. Bit of support, folks. Rangi Roycroft there starting to get stuck into business. We've got one more heat coming up after this. By Joe's, it's going to be a hard one to see who makes it into the final, which will be held tomorrow. Down the last side come the shearers over the shoulder. All the discoloured wool where the sheep's been sweating, that's got to be removed. Where's the support gone now? Cheer them on. The shearers have put a bit of pressure on. That's the way. Sheep number 2 coming straight back out on the board now. Rangi Roycroft starts to get stuck into it. She's having the run of her life up there. Well, Rangi, the limelight is on you now. This is your time to shine. Wool Systems Limited, training and shearing and wool harvesting here in the North Island's absolutely going so well. And also Primary ITO, who are right there in the big training sectors. Sheep number 2 out on the board. We've got 2 more left in the pens now. Look at these wool handlers frantically working with their shearer. The area's got to be kept nice and tidy. The farmer doesn't want too much dirty bits of wool left in his good wool. He wants it all nice and white, folks. And the wool handler is charged with the return for his clip. We're turning over close to $1 billion just in the wool here in New Zealand. 900 million on an annual basis is what we're turning over. Absolutely wonderful, this wool handling and shearing nationwide. Well, here we go now. Sheep number 2's done and dusted. Who's done the homework up there? That's what we want to see now. The fleece has got to be nice and tidy. The broad's got to be swept. Oh, Edna Smith, she could have just had a little bit of a hiccup there. A bit of support for these guys up here. Get in behind your favourite. Maybe you got a cousin up there or that's your auntie. Cheer them on now, folks. Get in behind them. One more sheep left in the pen. We're starting to get down to business. Undermine time now. Up the neck work the shearers, and the wool handler's got to catch all that short wool from around the head. A lot of wool around the ears, the eyes, and the face. That's got to be kept separate. There's a lot of money up for grabs. $600 for the senior wool handling champion. By Joe's, it's anyone's game here at this New Zealand Shearing Championships. We're starting to get stuck into it. Anna Braddock's right there. Ekarahuna girl. Where's these Ekarahuna people? Get in behind Anna Braddock down here. Very prestigious wool handlers, this Anna. And of course down there we have Tara Chapman. Not too sure about Tara, but I think she top qualified into this. She's absolutely wonderful display of wool handling here in the King Country. Here we go, the last sheep's out on the board now. One more heat left in this, the senior semi-final. Oh, it's Edna Smith now from Ruatoria. She's got her work cut out for her today. Ashley Aparo down here from the Wairarapa. Martinborough girls making the big time here in the New Zealand Shearing Championships, folks. The top-notch ball falls away. By Joe, she had her hands really close that time. Well, who's done the homework? Fourth and final sheep. We have a look at the piles of wool. The cleaner the pile is, the better off the competitor is gone. The shearers are turning to the last side now. By Joe's, this wool handling is absolutely going so well. We're probably actually ahead of time. Down the last side with the shearers now. We've picked it up into the senior grade now. We're going to go on with the blends now. 30 seconds will be the time you have to blend the wool. Here we go, folks. Let him go. Rangi Roycroft from Pew Pew. Quick tidy up for her, but the first to hit the blenders. Oh, it's the Smith girl from Ruatoria. In the blends they go. Holy smoke, she goes right to the bottom now. Ashley Aparo from the Wairarapa flicks it around. Who's done the nice blend there? We're going for the scrapers. Anna Braddock from Ekarahuna Zone leading in the speed stakes. Who's it gonna be now? Give them a good hand, folks. Absolutely wonderful display of wool handling here by these senior competitors. That was the first heat. We've still got one more to come. John Granger, you have the names there.
Yeah, I do, Joel. The Brittany Tibberell, Erica Ritchie, Connor Pure, Paige Broush, and Emma Mason. Those wool handlers can get ready, please. Yeah, I got that one.
Maybe.
Recently.
So how many heats are these? How many heats are these?
One more heat of these on to the open.
Test. Righto, heat 2 of the senior wool handling semi-final. John Granger, we're ready to make a start.
Thank you, Joel. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go!
Two-wheel drive double cab, $34,990, and Navara STX double cab, $39,990. All prices plus GST and registration costs. Phone Jim Wright Nissan now 07873 8066 or call in and see us on the bypass in Otorohanga.
The new benchmark for side-by-side performance.
2. Wool Systems Limited. We've seen heat 1 go up before. Now here we are, heat number 2. We're only going to take the top 5 into the final. It's all come down to this. Has it paid off for you, wool handlers? Emma Mason down here on 6 from Masterton, the white at upper left. Paige Browse from Porongaho. Currently living in Porongaho, she tells me. Connor Puha from Kimbolton there. This is on stand number 4. Erica Ritty on stand number 3, and Brittany Tibble from Gisborne is on stand number 2. Well, sheet 1 is gone, and then we're just settling in here. The semi-final time, we're looking for our top 5 finalists. By Joes, it's going to be a hard one to see just who it is that makes it into that final.
NZ Wireless Dynamics, part of the PC Soft Group, 201 Rura Street, Te Kuiti.
Your kids are safer when you're sober. Your loved ones shouldn't be scared or frightened in their own home. Children are more likely to be hurt by parents who drink a lot. If drinking is hurting your family, do something about it. It is okay to ask for help. So the choice is yours and only yours. Say no and make sure your loved ones are safe. You can choose not...
Oh! Sheep on the board. Well, here we go. We get a better view from down the back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live streaming across the internet as we speak. So jump online, find the link. We've also got the results from this morning for all wool handling that has been going up on the internet, on the Wool Handling Worldwide page, and I do believe Shearing Worldwide is in there as well on Facebook. But we're right back here in this wool handling. Wool Systems Limited. We haven't spoken too much about Wool Systems. Now, I do believe they are an entity based over in Dennyvik, in the Hawke's Bay, Manawatu region area. And of course, they do a lot of training within the industry. And I do believe it's backed by Primary ITO, who have a lot to do with the training for shearing and wool handling nationwide. So it's absolutely wonderful to see. But back here in the semi-final, we have a look down the board. I think young Connor Puha, that's the man up there on stand number 4. He's not moving around too much. He's saving a lot of his energy. I think it's going to come down to the time. Well, there's a bit of excitement around this computer at this moment. The points aren't finalised, but as soon as they are, we'll get John Granger to read them out. Here we go. Can we keep the numbers ticking over things, guys, and the pens? Thank you. Sheet number 4 out on the board. Who's done the homework, guys? We have a look down the board at the fleece. Is a nice white wool is what we're looking for. The belly wool has come out now. 4th and final sheep. Paige Browse. She looks like she's right up with the play now. It's all go here at the New Zealand Shearing Championships. The top notch falls away. They've got to find a home for that bit of wool. They've got 5 baskets up here. 6. They got 6 with a spear. But oh, it's all looking pretty much neck and neck now. Round the long blow week, the shearers. Who's done the job here, folks? Get in behind your favourite. Bring home the finalist tomorrow. $600 is first prize. Down the last side we come now. 30 seconds will be the cut-off time. We're going to see some absolute crackers of blends here. The New Zealand Shearing Championships, Wool Systems Limited, Senior Wool Handling semi-final. It's coming to a close here now in the King Country. The time starts to go. Get in behind them. Cheer them on now. Paige Browse hits the stack. Emma Mason from the Martin, from the Whited Uppers right there as well. Quick tidy up for her, but look at this. Connor Puha picks up a big load of wool now. Gives it a good blend. We're looking for some fast times. Who's going to have their hand up first? Time for Connor. Time for Paige. Here they go. Give them a good hand, folks. Put your hands together for our Senior Wool Handling semi-finalists for the year 2015. We'd like to thank the sponsor Wool Systems Limited from Dannyverk. Absolutely wonderful having them involved in this King Country show. Well, folks, that concludes the Senior Wool Handling semi-final. We'll let you know a little later on who the top finalists, top 5 are. But right now, Mr. Granger, we move on with the open wool handling.
Okay, we move on. Ladies and gentlemen, to the quarterfinals of open wool handling. Anita Phillips, Emirana Braddock, Carmen Smith, Logan Kumaroa, and Kushula Abraham. That's the heat 1 of the open wool handlers. So would those wool handlers please get ready?
The 90s, the music was fun. Cruise FM.
Okay, if there's any novice shearers in the hall, would you please come up and get your singlets, please? Novice shearers, would you please come and get your singlets? Now there is a vehicle outside that's got its lights on. ACG 624, a red ute. ACG 624, the lights are on. Okay, looks like ready for a go up there. Okay, timekeeper's ready, judge is ready, competitors, go!
Oh, we're off for a flying start here, hey? A little bit more pace perhaps this time round with the open class quarter final. Anita Phillips up here on the front stand. 4 competitive sheep to work through. Going to be pretty interesting to see how we go. We only want 2 heats of 5 for the semi-final. Anita's from Taumarunui. Emirana Braddock from Ekatahuna on stand number 3. On number 4 from Pongarara, Carmen Smith. Logan Kumara from Martin on stand number 5. And from Masterton, Crushla Abrahams down on stand number 6. They've watched those young competitors go in the 2 previous semi-finals. Got a little bit nervous, but get the nerves over and done with on this first sheet. Nimble fingers. Shearers are going to be shearing them at about 1:20 or thereabouts as they come out the last leg. All looking pretty sharp. Keep an eye on each other's shearers and go with the flow. Here we go. Phillips up here in the front, ready to clear the board. A little bit of discolour. Doesn't look quite as bright as it normally does. Still a little bit of dampness on the tips of this wool. So they need to make a decision. Is it just damp tip or is it vegetable matter or anything like that? They'll need that belly wool removed in 2 lines. The brisket, that's the bit that the sheep sleeps on. Got to be, it's all crusty and discoloured. Need to get that out of the road. Now, of course, the shearers are on the top knot. Top knot, eye wigs, all need to go into one article. And we want as much wool in that main line as possible and to look as bright as possible at the end of your job. So the shearers are starting to whip into it now, and they've got the big shots up the long, just slightly away from the wool handler's fingers. But of course, they drag the wool around away from the porthole. They don't want wool going down the porthole because that's what these judges are looking for. They're looking how the contestant works away with the shearer, does not impede him, clears the board nicely, has a nice clean work surface at the end of the sheet, and then they're all going to work in their lines. There's lines on the board up there. If they encroach over those lines into their fellow contestants' work area, bang goes the old counter. Want to get done in about 25 seconds maybe, these open class shearers, from the time the shearer goes in the pen for the last time. Look at them rock. Up over the tail. They've gone. Undermined wool removed. Top knot taken off. Beautiful stuff. For Logan Kumara there. Look at him loving it. He's bouncing around. Looking pretty sharp, the young fella from down on the Rangatiki. Carmen Smith. Well, she'll be back up in the shearing circles later on. But here we are, semi-final for her. Loving every minute. A good contestant. And right here but the Braddock stable on stand number 3. Hey, they seem to be all in the finals, these Braddock girls. Round the back, she's got that offside wool. A little bit of time, quick hands here on stand number 2. Just rip it out. That's the story. Watch down the line, fellas. Keep in unison. In the pen, there you go. Ooh, it's looking good. What are we? Sheep number, 4 on the board now. So we got the last one on the board. This one's certainly got to just see how their worth ethic changes. They'll tidy all their boxes up once the belly wool is separated. Then they'll do the clip, the eye clip wool. That'll be put away. The undermined wool. A little bit of locks and socks down there in the crutch area. Got that. Up the top they come. Maybe a little vegetation on the neck. Got to keep an eye out for that. The pace is starting to warm up. Picking up a couple of shots, Rowan. Work away. You got to make this is a contest. We don't want to make it easy for these girls and young fella. Logan's right into it now. just flips that wool over from the offside, works it back behind him into his designated work area. Working away. Last side coming off now. Over the shoulder they come. Shearers are going to step off the board, and then the wool handler's time will go on. Down the last side and out the last leg. Down the porthole they go. Clock's on one, on, yeah, and away we go all the way the line. Here they go. Carmen Smith right there. Logan Kumar right on the money. Chrysler Abrahams as well. Emirata right there on hills. Tables all, buckets all stacked up here on the front stand. Into the bleed goes Logan. Whoa, he's right in the mud. He's the smallest competitor here, and he's right underneath the wall. Help with the broom for him now. He's put the pressure on these young ladies. Round he goes. Get out of the way, Dave Carr. You're going to get smashed. And Logan, what about 18 seconds or something like that? Unofficial, but their hands up here on the front for Anita. She had that extra long reach and made sure she did the job well, and everybody else seems to have completed the task. Heat number 1 in the open quarter final. That's pressure now for the following 2 heats. Now what happens to that wool? It goes down the back, what we call a dungeon. There's another set of judges down there going through it with a fine tooth comb, and then gives them points for and against. And then of course it goes into the wool press at the end of the day and off back to the farmer's shed.
All makes and models. Cool car, happy family.
So next heat will be up here on the board. If you're just not sure, we got Joe Tarrant on stand number 6, Cherie Alabaster on 5, Karen Herbert on 4, Joel Hanardi on 3, and Maxine Pugh on number 2.
For your travel to NZ, Lorraine Takano and Harvey World Travel.
Well, a big welcome to our fellow commentator, Hugh Condon from Wales. Hugh, back in the King Country, what is this, 3 years in a row now? We just can't seem to keep you away.
Yeah, thank you very much for the welcome. Yeah, it's great to be back here in Tikawiti, home of one of the greatest shearing shows on earth. And of course, a very special year this year. So we got another very, very good lineup now of open wool handlers. Maxine P, Joel Hanade, Karen Herbert, Cherie Alabaster, Joe Tarrant. So a very, very good lineup. With 2 world champions up there and a team world champion as well. Joel, of course, was the world champion in 2012 in Tikawiti, and Cherie Alabaster, she was the world champion over there in Norway in 2008. So 2 former world champions there. So these baskets are all just coming out now, all being placed in the correct positions.
Tell your own style story with Oops.
And as soon as we got a little bit of organisation up there with those baskets and bins, then we'll get going. The next heat will be Angela Walker, Nayo Hansen, Tina Hinamoa Potai, and Monica Potai, and Dana Teaho. They will be in the next heat. So we're just waiting for a thumbs up now for our wool handling referee. And as soon as we get that thumbs up, we'll be able to get this second heat underway, John. Great to see all these wool handlers up there giving it a good go.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's good to have you here again. Welcome to New Zealand, and it's a bit of a fleeting visit, this one, but we can't have you in the country too long. We drink too much of our rum.
Yeah, I'm on the same exile list as Roger Miff said. They're going to kick us both out at the same time, I think.
Okay. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Bidders, go!
We're off and moving here. Heat number 2, of course, the time's been set now. Very sharp time there in that heat from Logan Kumara. So he's really put the pressure on the rest of his other competitors. Maxine Poo there. Lovely job. Round the back she got the belly. Joel Hanari's quick to liven up. His Shearer's got the undermine done. Sweeping the leg wool, the lock wool from underneath and around the crutch area. Up there with Kieran Herbert. Right there doing very, very well. Nimble fingers. Eyes on all the time. Remember to breathe with every handful of wool. Down there on stand number 5. Needs no introduction to here on stand number 5 is Cherie Alabaster. She's a little school teacher from over in the Tie Happy. She said it's raining cats and dogs in Tie Happy at the moment. I'm here in the dry of the King Country, hoping to make some money or at least make the final. And that's my aim. Semi-final to come for these ladies and gentlemen, but we'll find out at the end of this competition who's the champion. Down the belly the Shearers go again. Very small time between sheep off the board and sheep on the board. And you get Jay Tarrant down there right on the button. Shearer's not moving too far. She's around the back, long arms, long back, knees against the board, not impeding the Shearer. Everything's happening for these guys, and they've got that first fleece all sorted, Hugh.
Yes, John, so all these wool handlers now are starting to move. This is all about efficiency. You want to move as least as possible, but when you do move, you've got to be very correct and very precise. Make sure that every movement is in the right place. Every bit of wool goes into the correct basket. And then that main line of wool then will be the best value for the farmer. These wool handlers, of course, add the value to the product. The shearer cuts it off and the wool handler adds that value. So they're all working along now. All the shearers pretty much in the same blow. So we got Maxine here on stand number 2. She sweeps off the board. Joel Hanare. He sweeps with that broom. So too does Cherie Alabaster. And Joe Tarrant up there. Karen Herbert from just up the road there in Tiamutu. She's just cleaning off the board, bringing that main line back. Has a bit of a flick through to Joel Hanare there on stand number 3. And he's just making sure that main line is blended as he goes along. So the shearers are all working together now. The wool handlers are working hard. And look at them, fast and furious up there. Those brooms, those board sweeps are working hard. Making sure that everything goes into the correct basket. That main line is as productive as it can be. So they're working away now. Flicking that wool out from underneath the shearer. Making sure those top knots and cheek wool comes off. Then they're making sure there's nothing in there that should be. That goes into the correct bin, and then that main line comes down onto the floor. Who's going to be the next shearer to go in? This looks like it's going to be stand 2. So Maxine now, she'll clean away with the broom. Joel Hanare just grabbed that in one big armful. He cleans the board off. The doors are clanging, the brooms are clanging. Now we got a bit of action, John.
Yeah, we're just watching away on stand number 6, Joe Tarrant there. Got a little separate pile of wool outside her containers. There's obviously something in that, a big handful there that she deems needs to be judged separately. So she's on the money. She's right there. Up there got the belly wool and the brisket wool separated. There's a couple of dollars between, that's per kilo, between the main line of belly wool and the main line of fleece. So you need to get that stuff out and add value as we talk about. Round the back of the head come the shearers now into that first off shoulder. Oh, action there from Cherie, starting to stack the buckets. So that indicates that she's put the pressure on the rest of them. They heard the rattle on the floor of those containers going. Joel Hanare here on the stand number 3, working away fingers. Which should I grab that bit? No, leave it in, take it out, leave it in, take it out. He's got it sorted now. Here the shearers are stepping out of the way. Into the pens they go. Maxine Pooh here right on the front stand. Off with a clean board. Down there, Joe Tarrant a little bit last to get the board clean. Cherie Alabaster looks to be out in front at the moment. Who's got to do it? And we're having a bit of a cat race. Look at him go. Blending going on for Nari. Herbert's right on the money. Alabaster as well. Who's it going to be? It looks like it could be Cherie Maxine, and the money is Cherie, closely followed by Joel, Kieran Herbert, and I say Maxine Pugh there right on the money here at the back end on the front stand. Joe Tarrant, a couple of handfuls to go. She thinks she's done enough to make that final, but a little bit more time, and of course that's counting against her. She will indicate with a hand up. There goes the broom up there from Joe. So into the full bull packs and down into the dungeon it goes. There's half a dozen judges picking and flustering around down there. Hey, they're the bad boys of the wool industry down in the dungeon. But you'll see a little bit later on, some of those people from down there will come up on front. The judges do rotate. We can't have these people being in the limelight all the time. So we need to keep changing their faces as we go through the program. So next up we have John. Who do you see up on the board?
Yep, this earlier we got Angela Walker, Naomi Henson, Tina Himura Potai, Monica Pokai, and Dana Tiara. Those ball handlers can get ready, please.
So we've got a real family affair coming up now then, the two sisters side by side, and their mum is on the far end. And of course, if you're not busy tonight, over in the Waitomo Club we've got the speed shear, but more importantly Dana is going to be shaving all that lovely red hair off to raise money for a very, very worthwhile charity. So I'm sure they'll be coming around to see you all later on. So we've got two daughters and their mother. I hope they don't go to fight up there on the boards. And we've got Nio Hansen, the top qualifier, on stand number 3, and Angela Walker here on stand number 2. So very, very good lineup coming up now, John. And very, very good wool handlers have been in the first 2 heats, and now we've got another very good heat to come of these open wool handlers.
Well, they all want to make that final, but of course there's a semi-final to come later on in the program. This is just step 2 of the 4 where they got to make to be crowned king or queen of the wool. It will be interesting to see how the Potai team go hard out down there by crikey. No pressure. The whoops is going to be a battle of the brooms, as we'll see the boards fly, I'm sure, on stands 4, 5 and 6. So we're almost ready for a start. Everybody looks like they're just about ready. Judges are lining up to show them. You'll notice the judges go and have a little bit of a whisper on the shoulder of these wool handlers. Show them that the scorecard is on 0. Good to start on 0, John.
Yeah, thank you, John.
This morning.
Right, looks like we're ready for a start up there. Last final heat, ladies and gentlemen. Last chance for them to make their semi-final. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Putters, go!
That's news.
Oh, let's see. We've got a big broom in the middle. Hey, this is a tactic. Oh, Mum's got the big broom as well. She doesn't want to have to reach and rack her back. She says, I'll flip this broom around the back and I'll get it all just with one foul swoop. It's all about how you've put your work together throughout the last 12 months, how they just see themselves, picturing themselves in the final later on in the program. But here we've got to do the business. Righto, let's see. 2 daughters and a mother. We've got that out of the Ekatahuna stable. We've got the Hanson girl. She was the top qualifier. Maiden name was Braddock, and whole Farnow's up here supporting her and competing against her, of course, in some form or another. Up on the front here, we've got one of the local King Country girls, Angie Walker. Let's see how she goes. She's been up on the stage before in the last couple of seasons, so she wants to try and go a little bit further this time round. Nimble fingers here on the front stand. Got that off-shoulder wool now. A little underneath that front sock, there would have been a little bit of congested wool, dirty, stained, maybe a bit of seed head. She's got that. Now the poor all goes the sheep. He says, righto, the wool's gone. I'm going to give it a quick sweep now because out comes that shearer and inside 10 seconds and he's on the board. Belly off here on stand number 5. Belly off on stand number 6, Hugh. They're really starting to work away. Down that for undermine sheep. 2 good shots up the tail for the shearer. Wool pulled away now for those wool handlers. Doing it well. Up the top. Come off. Does the top knot now. The wool handlers have got that as well. Round the back of the head and down towards the first shoulder. Most difficult part of the sheep for the shearer coming up right about now. They're on stands 2, 3 and 4. Swinging down into the long blow. Just ease back on 5 and 6. Get together, boys. Get together. Bit of pressure on these open class competitors. Here they come. Swooping onto the last side. Cheek wool comes off. Under that front shoulder there'll be a little bit of discoloured stuff as well. Down the last side, big sweeping blows going and choking the comb. Wool handlers not getting choked at all, Hugh.
No, they're getting into it now. Look at them. This third sheep is coming out onto the board. The wool handlers are swinging those brooms around, making sure that that wool is sorted as we go. Efficiency is the name of the game. And we got Angela Walker here on stand number 2. Niall Hansen here on stand number 3. The top qualifier. Then we got Tia Potai on stand number 4. Monica Potai on stand number 5. And Dana Teaho up there on stand number 6. Here she goes, just flicks a little bit more wool down into that main line. Monica does the same. Tia is just sorting away as she goes. The mother and 2 daughters there on stands 4, 5 and 6 all battling away. They'd love to make it into that semi-final together. So the wool comes down now. That main line comes down onto the floor. They're sorting all the time, making sure that any frib comes out. Any discoloured wool comes out, any vegetable matter, anything that shouldn't be in there at all is taken out into the correct buckets. So they're sorting now. The shearers are coming down the last side. That wool is being put into the correct basket all the way along the main line. Now they sweep the board in between the sheep, and the 4th and final sheep comes out onto the board all the way along the line. Those brooms are working hard. The wool handlers are working harder. The main line is being sorted. Any little oddment coming out. Tia wasn't very happy with a little bit there. She just pulled it out. So was Niall. Angela Walker reached right over. She's pulling that belly wool. She's sorting it. There's some good wool in there. Sorting away. These wool handlers are working hard now, John. Doing a beautiful job.
I'm just watching the smile on the face from Dana down there on the far end. She says, I'm not flustered at all. I'm doing it easy. Nice and casual, and that's how you like it. The young ones can be whippy and dancey and prancy if they like, but I've got it under control with my style. Oh, comes Nio now. Round the back, she's got that off-shoulder wool. A little bit of cheek wool will come off when she gets up the top. She's going to have to reach around now and just pull that off-shoulder. Likewise there on number 3 from Tia. Monica doing the same thing. Get out the last leg. Come on, guys, stick together. The clock's on down on stand number 6. Come on, Dana. Here she goes, sweeping the broom. Moving it around slowly. Off the board go the shearers. Angie Walk up here on the front stand. Stacking the buckets. They never pre-prepared too much. They left it to the last. Angie's got a little pile here. She won't want that getting messed up. Here comes Nio with a blend. Top qualifier with 77 points, but that counts for nothing at the moment because they're coming at her again around here on the semi-final. Who's going to get the first to get the hand up? Oh, the daughter beats Mum D. Down there, Monica first up, followed by Tia. And of course, down there on the far end, it's going to be Dana across Angela Walker here on the front stand and Nio Hansen here on stand number 2. Oh, good quarter final by golly, Hugh. It's going to be tough for the judges, but with them, sure they'll find us 10 competitors for the semi-final.
Here's some very, very good wool handling there, ladies and gentlemen. They're at the top of their game, and now it'll all be down to those judges out the back. So we'll now have a bit of a tidy up, bit of a reorganisation. And then we'll be moving on with the first heat
Novice
of the novice shearing will be the next event.
Michael Barnett, if you're in the hall, please, could you come and see me? Michael Barnett, chief referee. Any juniors can come up and get their singlets now. Juniors can come and get their singlets.
He was getting kind of close, kind of touchy. Guess he had a little too much to say. He told me that he wanna go home, put me up on the hill to
First heat of the novice on the board there. Tina Rennie, Trey Rookie, Marianne Reeves, John Sherrington, Ken Robertson and Josh Jones. Any juniors can come and get your singlets from Brent now.
And if we could ask our shearing judges to be ready to come to the boards, please. If all our shearing judges could be ready to come to the boards as soon as we had a little bit of a time. Last couple of days, keeping an eagle eye on everything. So though, a little bit of a tidy up now. The change of event will now go from the wool handling to the first event in the machine shearing, and this will be the novice. And if we could ask those 6 shearers up on the board to be ready to take the stand, please, as soon as our judges are out. So if they could be ready to go, Seb Tirini, Trey Rookie, Marianne Reeves, John Sherrington, Kent Robertson and Josh Jones. If you could be ready to go, and as soon as we get our judges up on the board, we will get you going. If there are any junior shearers, if they'd like to come and book in.
Okay, no, you're up. No, I think the judges, well, those shearers can go up on the board now, please. Those shearers can go onto the board now. Right, those shearers go up on the board there. Seb on 1, Trey on 2, Marianne on 3, John on 4, Kent on 5 and Josh on stand 6.
So we're just waiting for Marianne Reeves, if she could come up onto the stand, please.
Heat 2 will be Darren Bryant, Emma Salvation, KJ Renata, Cody Gregg, Hazel Wood and Ruben Alabasta. Those shearers can get ready, please.
Marianne Reeves, please.
You had me hooked again from the minute you sat down. The way you bite your lip got my head spinning around. After a drink or two, I was putty in your hands. I don't know if I'll have the strength to stand. Oh, trouble, make the end at your middle name.
All right, so we need Marianne Reeves to come up onto stand number 3 pretty quick, please. It doesn't look like she's around.
Okay. Hang on, we've got to wait now. We've got to move to the green light and red light. Just as soon as Lance gets everybody organised.
There must be poison in those fingertips of yours, 'cause I keep coming back again for more.
Oh, okay. Dennis, we need lights out the back, please, for the judges this time. We need lights out the back.
So we're just waiting for the green light to come from our scorers over there. Lance Waddell and his team, of course, is running that scoring system. Great to catch up with them again. They were over with the system at the World Championships in Gorian Island in May last year. So as soon as we get that green light, we'll get this novice shearing underway.
We're waiting for the green light.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the green light from our scorers. Our referee Neil Sidwell wants to get the show on the road. Our judges are all like coiled springs up on there, ready to go into action.
There's certainly a great number of judges. The novices, Neil Sidwell's the referee, Kenny Pike, Kevin Bard. So look at them all line up, Kev. Oh, we've got a David. Oh, that's brilliant. And a Ronnie and a Colin. And then there's a few spares out the back as well. So they'll be busy for the next few days. These joggers in the blue shirts, as the Woolhandling judges have been this morning. They've donated their time to this New Zealand Shearing Championship here, the 35th occasion here at Tikawiti. Seemed a long time ago, since 1985, that we cracked into this job and made it the institution it is today. But they're still tweaking it and improving it as we go along. With a big number of sponsors around the hall, we make sure you look after those sponsors throughout the next 12 months. And we have kick-off.
Okay, we're ready to go. First event on the card for the Shearing Championships as far as the shearing goes. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go!
We're off and moving in this one. We get Tirinui from the Tikawiti boys on stands 1 and 2. Look at him go. We got Trey Rookie there as well on stand number 4 from Narawahia. We got everything's going pretty right. They've just got their first sheep on the board, and we got John Cherrington down there. We got on stand number 5 from Pew, the young local man Kent Robinson, and Josh Jones from Purinoa down on stand number 6, and he's looking as though he's shearing back the front, but he's a left-hander. Not too sure why he wants to be learned that way, but he's obviously not ambidextrous, and he's going to make a bird of it here, and he wants to make that final later on this afternoon. So good luck to all these young novice competitors now. Whole new ball game being up there on the stage amongst the crowd. What they're going to be doing up here, they're going to be single-minded, aren't they? They're just going to focus on the job at hand and do it the best of their ability.
They will, and there's some very clean jobs being done from what we can see down here. And it looks like Seb Tirini there on stand number 1. He just takes off the top knot. Then we got Trey Rookie there on stand number 2. He's into that first front shoulder. On stand number 4, we got John Cherrington. He's got a bit of a kicker there. He'll be reaching for the mint sauce if she carries on kicking. Up the undermine he goes. He keeps the cool, keeps the head. Off comes the top knot, and up the neck he goes. Then on stand number 5 we got Kent Robertson. He's just cleaning off round behind that ears. A beautiful job. He looks as if he's really concentrating hard. And then up there on stand number 6 we got the left-hander, Josh Jones. He's just dropping into that shoulder. So who's got the furthest on now? Then it looks like it's this young fella on stand number 2. The local man from Tikawiti is Trey Rookie. He's turned for home. Round that shoulder. Cleans off round that knuckle. Now he's shuffling back to his porthole all the time. This, of course, is the first step in the shearing world. The future champions will all come out from this novice grade. But down the last side comes Trey Rookie there on stand number 2, doing a good job as well. That left hand is working hard, keeping the skin tight. Out the hind leg he goes, right to the top of the sock. Where is Seb Tirini there on stand number 2? He's cleaning off nice and easy, but out goes Trey there on stand. Trey on stand number 2. He has his time taken. Even got a bit of a spin of the handpiece there, John.
Well, just watching down on stand number 6 here, young Josh there. He just bulldozed that judge down out of the board. He says, I'm up here shearing. I might be doing it different to somebody else. But look, get out of my road, son. I want to get this wool off with one blow of the comb and the cutter. So just a little bit of intuition, or say explanation about the point scoring up there on the board. What happens is, from the time that we say go here on the microphone, the clock starts, and every 20 seconds it takes you to shear a sheep, that time is recorded. And then, of course, that's the first column, the time points. And then the next points are the number of second cuts to the wool fibre there on in the second column. The third column will be the judging outside. That's the pen points, the number of faults that the judges see out the back. And, of course, the number of sheep shorn will come up on the fourth column along the bottom line there. So when the red figures come up here on stand number 2, that is the complete job judged. And these young fellas want to get as low a score as possible. There we go. Left-hander completes the task. He switches the button off, got his sheep down the hole. As time points have been taken. Now we've got young Robertson here on stand number 5, just easing down that far side. Half a blow to go. Get that red button, mate. Hit that red button. That's the story. And he stops the clock. Well done. That's heat number 1 of the novice.
Thank you very much, John. Righto, heat 2. It'll be Darren Bryant, Emma Salvation, KJ Renata, Cody Gregg, Hazel Wood, and Ruben Alabaster. Will those shearers go onto the board, please?
Yeah, just to remind all shearers, when you finish shearing, that we ask you to walk off past stand number 6. So you walk on to stand 1, but you walk off stand 6. And then when those points go red up there on those clocks, that is going to be the final score. And of course we're looking for the lowest score. So we got 2 lady shearers in this heat now. Great to see these ladies up there having a go.
Never tried to resist. Oh no.
So Darren Bryant will be on 1, Emma Salvation on 2, KJ Renata on 3, Cody Grigg on 4, Hazelwood on 5, and Ruben Alabaster all the way up there on stand number 6. I've been reading a lot of these names on the Shearing Sports website. So we got a green light over there.
Yep.
Shearers to the board, please. Shearers to the board. Oh, we're going back to a red light. So we're just going to wait for that final judge. Here we are. So the scores are in all the way along the line. We've got our thumbs up from our referee, so we're just waiting for that green light from our scorers. And then we'll get the second heat of this, the novice competition, underway. So the scores are up. That system will be armed when it goes green.
For us to recite every beautiful melody of devotion every night. This potion might, this ocean might carry me in the wave of emotion.
So as soon as we get that green light from our scorers over there, we're just checking a bit of a clock there. We'll fetch a hammer and do a few technical adjustments.
There we go, the green light. Timekeeper's ready. Judge is ready. Putters, go!
Oh, let's let these fellas go. Hey, big, strong sheep, and they're thinking, hell, I've only got one to shear, and I want to get her off as quick as possible, but I want to keep that comb and cutter on the skin, down flat on the skin. That's what it's all about. And here we've got Bryant from Levin here on the front stand. Salvation from Pew Pew, the old P10 country just down the road on stand number 2. Renata from Levin on stand number 3. Sweeps out the belly. Got an easy style. Will the sheep behave itself? You talk to it nicely, my young fella. Don't get upset at a couple of kicks. Stay cool. We've got Greg from Levin down on stand number 4. Wood from Ruawai up in the north on stand number 5. Keeping it nice and easy, the little fella down on the other end. We've got the Alabaster from Ty Happy. Only 11, this young fella. His shearing's in his blood, and he's been around a little bit. Been down to the Golden Shears in Masterton. Been at Naki a fortnight ago. And he's just as cool and as calm and as collected as you can be. And here the pressure coming on though. Look at that. Here on the front. The Zema Salvation comes over the top view. She's making the most of it at the moment.
Yes, she's really swinging that steel around there on stand number 2. Emma Salvation dropping down underneath that front leg, and down the last side she comes. She won't be up in this novice grade for long. She'll be up in the juniors. But look at that for a field up there, ladies and gentlemen. Some very, very good shearers. The shearers of the future. Darren Bryant on stand number 1. Emma Salvation goes out there on stand number 2. She didn't hang around. Look at that job. She'll get it down the portal. Then on stand number 3 we've got Cody Grieg. Oh sorry, we got KJ Renata on stand 3. Cody is on stand number 4. Then Hazelwood all the way up there in Ruai, the top of Northland on stand number 5. And then a little fella with a big future in this industry. Ruben Alabaster. I've heard a lot about that young man, and I'm sure he's got a big future in front of him. Very, very determined little fella. And look at him. He makes it look so easy. Round that shoulder he comes. Craig's got a kicker. Cody's got a kicker on stand number 4. But Ruben's got that sheep under control. If she decided to flick her head forward, he'd end up in the first 3 rows. Down the last side now comes Ruben. He's got that sheep under control. A little fellow with a big, big future. Underneath that front leg he comes. Down the last side comes Ruben Alabaster. Down the last side comes Cody there on stand number 4. Oh, Ruben's got a kicker. He put his handpiece down. He'll get it back under control. Look at that for composure. She'd weigh up probably twice as much as him on stand number 6. He bends that neck. He cleans around the top of that leg. A couple more flicks of the handpiece up there on stand number 6. A couple more flicks down here on stand number 1. And look at the quality points up there as well. KJ has a bit of a resettle. Ruben Alabaster goes out up there on stand number 6. The 11-year-old. Come Ty Happy. Out goes Cody there on stand number 4. What a future the industry has got with these young shearers, John.
Oh, certainly well. They're working hard at it. The finishing touches here from Bryant up here on the front stand. KJ's a little bit of a fighter on the last side, but he's just trying to make it polished, and that's what the judges are looking for. He's loving every minute of it out there. Likewise as the Ruawai girl would on stand number 5. The sheep's bringing that back leg up. She says, you just keep it out flat. Turn your button off, mate. That's the story. Stop that clock. Well done. Well done. And, of course, so careful to make sure everything's working out that last leg. Lacking a little bit of power to push that leg straight. But she's not upsetting the sheep now. Time's ticking away at her, but she's still keeping the quality right, and that's what counts. Out the last leg. Heat number 2 in this novice almost completed. Hit the red button, girl. That's the story. She's got it. She hits it before she turns the plant off. An inky pinky job. Well done, people, and off to the right. Thank you. Or your left. Away to the road. That's the story.
Okay, heat 3. Jack Virtue, Tony's, Troy Suncorn, Connor Pua, Sophie Green, Topia Barraclough, Hofi Gavin Rapana. Those shearers can go on the board, please.
Okay, so if we can get heat number 3 up onto the boards, please. We got Jack Virtue on 1, Troy Circum on 2, Connor Puha on 3, Sophie Green on 4, Topia Barracliff on 5, and Horhepa Gavin Rapana on stand number 6. So we got another little firecracker coming up onto the boards. Mark Barracliff, the contractor from Pew Pew, his son is going to be up there showing his father the way to do it. And he's only 10, so they're getting younger and younger as we go through this competition. Another little fella with a big future. We don't see many shearers smaller than Richard Sampi, and we've seen 2 today so far.
Just to notice our points, people, Connor Pua will not be shearing in this heat on stand number 1, 2, 3. There'll be no shear on stand 3. No shear on stand 3.
We're going to get the all clear from the referee, Mr. Sidwell. No shearer. No shearer on stand 3. Thank you, Neil. Okay, we're ready to go. Got the green light, John.
Okay. No shearer on stand 3. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go!
A good spread of young competitors again. What do we got? Tamanuri up in the front. Pew Pew, Kim Bolton, Auckland, Pew Pew, Tika Woody. Boy, are they loving it. These young people up here putting on a grand display. Just the 5 competitors this time round, but they're certainly going to add value to this competition by the way they've got up here and taken on this challenge. So Rapana down there on the far end, carefully goes down the belly. Got a little bit of size about his shoulders there. He has the ability to control these sheep, but it's never easy up there in this situation. Then we got young Barracliff. He knows he's in for a bit of a challenge. He says, I've trained on these big mothers. And look at the power and determination as he pulls that big old girl back up. And of course the judges, being safety minded, will just make sure that they've got a hand close to the cord. But here we have Green from Auckland, another one of our female competitors, and she says, crikey, I don't need you to do that, my darling. I just want your night dress off, and you can go downtown and run around if you want to, but just sit still for the next minute and a half and I'll do my best. Circum up here on stand number 2. Into the first off shoulder now. That's the most difficult part of the sheep, but he's got a good grip on the leg. He's using his elbow nicely, and he's got his body right in line. He's got his left foot hard in under the shoulder, what we call the wither of the sheep. And now he forces it down onto that toe with his right hand foot hard in against the undermine of the sheep. The fertilizer works, so he turns now, working it away, gently, not hustling, but keeping it going nice and good. Up here on the front, the young man from Tamaranui, around the back of the head. Big, powerful young shoulders on young Jack too, and he'll be hoping the sheep sits and behaves him, but we don't want to pick on him because the sheep has said, I'm going to do a bit of a dance. Oh, Mr. Barraclough, come on, pull it all together. We know you can do it. I've seen you just a fortnight ago. If you can just hold that sheep and go with the flow, you'll be doing marvellous. Under the shoulder and down and out to the flank for the lad from Pew Pew here on the front stand. They look like they're getting it still easy, Hugh. They've watched those other couple of heats go before.
Yeah, they've done their homework, all right, but these sheep are pretty feisty. Look at that on stand 6. She got up. He'll just settle her back down. He'll keep his cool. That's the one thing about these novice shearers. It's great to see the composure they've got. And look at that little fella there on stand number 5. Young Mr. Barraclough. He's really doing a beautiful job. Topia Barraclough just dropping into that front shoulder. But out goes Troy Circum there on stand. And number 2, out he goes. He just pushed it down the poor dog. Glad to see the back of her. But the rest of them now are doing a beautiful job. Nice and easy, does it all the way along the line. Oh, he's got a bit of a kicker there. Topia there on stand and number 5, but he just keeps his cool. Look at him. He's still got that handpiece moving. He's only 10 years of age. What a future he's got in front of him. He just settles her down. He's got his foot tucked in. He said, you move again and I'll hit you so hard even Google won't find you. Into the long blow he goes now then. Keeping his cool. Look at him. Long blow time. He might have to step halfway up. It's a long way with those little arms. But these shearers are all doing a beautiful job now. And it's great to see the judges helping the shearers out as well. Down the last side on stand number 6. Down the last side on stand number 1. They're having a bit of a battle. But look at Topia there. Topia Barraclough from Pew Pew. He's turning for home. He's not that far behind. He's got some good quality points above his head there. Doing a nice clean job. Out the hind leg. There you go. What a beautiful style we see all the way along the line. And what a competition this is, John.
Oh, God. Just sitting here in amazement, of course, of these young people. They've got the strength and they're just loving every minute of it there. There goes our Auckland lass competed the task on the middle of the stand, and Topia's got one that's given him a bit of a workout, but up here on the front, Jack Virtue still shearing way here on stand number out the last.
Yeah, she is having. Look at this now. He's sticking to his work. He said, I'm not going to let you go down there with half of it on. You just kick as much as you want. I got a bit of help now. Under that front leg, he just cleans it off. Down the last side he comes. Out the hind leg, he swings that handpiece. It isn't easy with arms that short, but he's doing a beautiful job. Great to see the judge helping these young fellas out as well. He's doing a beautiful job. There's a lovely finish on that sheep. Round that Handpiece goes nice and easy, right out to the top of the sock. He's moving his feet back. He's doing everything right as he shears that sheep. Keeps it in position. One last little bit of a flick on top of that tail. Out he goes. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish. Beautiful job. Oh, down the portal she goes. Give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Away you go, people. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next round. Maybe off to the left. Off to the left.
Okay. Righto, heat 4 will be Sam Murphy, Sarah Jane Reid, Ange Holloway, and Ange Bellamy. Blarney. That's the next heat on the board, please. Righto, shearers on the board, please.
So if the next heat of the novice could be ready to go, please. The next heat of the novice will be Corey Barcliffe, Reese Freyers, Luke Rush and Bailey Rush. If they could be ready to go, please. And this is the fourth heat of the novice shearing. Sam Murphy on to stand number 1, Sarah Jane Reid to stand number 2. Sarah Jane to 2, Ange Holloway to stand number 3, and Ange Blaney on to stand number 4. Move down, ladies, please. Move down one on stands 4 and 5. So we're just right on those computers. That's the way it's been set up. And as soon as we get that thumbs up from the referee, we've got the green light, so we'll get underway, John.
Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go!
A little bit of dancing in that last heat. More dancing to do now as these woolly ladies from the grass country have come to town. And let's see if these young shearers can control. We've got Sam Murphy from Tikawiti on the front stand. Sarah Jane Reid from Taihape on stand number 2. Ange Holloway from Napier on stand number 3. And they've got Ange Blaney there from Tipohu, working away down the belly. These 4 competitors. There's 4 more in the next heat. They've watched how these other competitors have shown how they've handled these wild animals. They are wild animals, ladies and gentlemen, and they do take a little bit of controlling. Full concentration when you're taking the belly off to the last blow when you go out over the tail. And you should do these sheep in something like about 40 odd blows. And maybe it's going to take these young competitors just a few more. Up and around the head, here we go. Young Murphy on the front stand, keeping it nice and quiet. Notice how these young competitors haven't panicked at all. It is very stressful up there, I can tell you. We're down here, they're in the bright lights. It's their moment in the sun. What they want to do is make that final later on this afternoon. We do have one more heat of this novice competition. This is a competition where the shearers are shear under 100 a day, so they might know how to go and shear a dog tucker one down the paddock, and or maybe the pet lamb out on the front lawn. But it's a whole different ball game up here, Hugh, when they get in front of this crowd here at the Pew Pew Arts Centre.
Is there one more heat up the
Yeah, that stage is a pretty lonely place where they're up on there, but it doesn't seem to faze these competitors at all. And it's great to see the future of the shearing industry is very, very strong with all these novice competitors. Another good lineup. 3 lady shearers up there this time. So we got Sam Murphy there from Otrahonga or Tikawiti on stand number 1. Sarah Jane Reid from Tai Happy is on stand number 2. Ange Holloway is on stand number 3. And then Ange Blaney is on stand number 4. So they're all pretty much the same. But Sam there, he goes out on stand number 1. Looks like he's been practicing hard for this. The New Zealand Shearing Championships 2015. They'd all love to take that big novice championship home with them. The first step on that big long shearing career. So these are the 3 now, all pretty much locked in battle. We got Sarah Jane is on the long blows. Ange Holloway is on the long blows. Ange Blaney's just dropping down to that first front shoulder, making it look very easy. That sheep has a bit of a kick there on Ange Holloway. She'll just settle her down, just push her away, get her off balance. She'll clean off around that shoulder. And now she'll start her way down that last side. Sarah Jane Reid cleans off around that cheek, doing a beautiful job on the quality. Remember those scores up on the boards there are all to show us how they're getting on. Those eagle-eyed judges up on the boards are looking for any second cuts, and that'll come up as the board points. And then the judges out the back will be judging for any wool left on or any skin cuts or blemishes, and that'll be the pen points. And then of course every 20 seconds there is 1 complete point for time. So it's a combination of all 3, the time, the board and the pen. So it's the fastest, cleanest shearer wins, not the fastest. And it's a combination of all 3. So out the hind leg now, cleaning off that sock wool is Ange Holloway on stand number 3. Just flicks a little bit out from the top of the tail. Out she goes on stand number 3. Sarah Jane Reid there on stand number 2. She's just cleaning a little bit of wool off there around that flank. Out the hind leg she goes now, concentration on her face there on stand number 2. She flicks her head out so she can reach a little bit easier around that tail. And Ange Blaney, she cleans off under the front leg. She looks to be doing a beautiful job there on stand number 4. Shuffling back to that portal all the time. Keeping the skin tight with the left hand. That's a very, very important part of the shearing game. Around that back leg comes Ange Blaney on stand number 4. Sarah Jane just puts the finishing touches. Out she goes on stand number 2. And Ange Blaney now then on stand number 4. She's got 3 full comb widths to do from there. Underneath that hamstring, she'll roll the handpiece this time. Nice and easy does it for Ange Blaney. And 1 last little bit of a flick on top of that tail. A little bit of a tidy up on the sock wool. And out she goes on stand number 4. Give them all a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. We move on to the next heat, or the last final heat. We've got Corey Barraclough, Reese Fires, Luke Rush, and Bailey Rush. It's the final heat, so those shearers can go up onto the board now, please.
870-2411. With 4 dedicated service vehicles and a transporter, your machinery can be fixed on site or taken back to the workshop. Power Farming Te Awa Mutu, parts, service, engineering and welding. Phone Alan on 07-870-2411. That's 07-870-2411.
If you love the 80s,
Corey Barraclough on 1, Reese Flyers on 2, Luke Rush on 4, 3, and Bailey Rush on 4.
Tommy Wilson to the stage, please. Tommy Wilson to the stage, please.
Mr. Lambert, if you're in the hall, could you go and see Ed Morrow, please? Mr. Lambert, if you're in the hall, could you go and see Ed Morrow at the front desk?
Looks like we got a little bit of a technical issue there on stand number 4. Tom Wilson's going to fix it the Scottish way and fetch a hammer. Nice, come off there. Corey Salmon sorted it out.
Big muscles of Corey.
So we got Corey Barracliff on stand number 1, Rhys Fairs on stand number 2, Luke Rush on 3, Bailey Rush on 4. We got a thumbs up and a green light, John.
Thank you. You. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Putters, go.
Oh, away. This is the last heat of this novice competition. They're just loving it, these young people. Hey, what do we got? On the front stand here, another Barraclough. This one's a little bit bigger, a little bit older. Young Corey from the Pew Pew. Fryers there from Tuakau. Let's hope he's a Tuakau flyer like the old Digawam used to be. Then we've got Rush from Kimbolton and Rush from Kimbolton. These young people have been around a couple of competitions of late and they know what it's all about. So who's going to be the first to get off? Who's going to make the first to step up the neck? Let's see among these young people. But the main aim of the game is to keep that 13-tooth comb nice and flat across the skin, the least number of blows possible, the least number of second cuts to the wool fibre possible, and a quality job out the back, and we will see them in the final later on today. So it's going to be over, done and dusted this afternoon for these young people. And here they go, doing pretty well. Barraclough steps up the neck. Up over the top comes Fryers from Tuakau. Calf leaders Rush from Kimbolton on stand number 3. Working away. Bailey goes round the back of the head. Hey, they're just keeping it nice and easy. A little bit of power now required. See how that sheep's trying to blend the wool? Well, we do that down the back in the wool handling area. We don't need that sheep to do that little bit of extra for us. So you've got to mesmerise that little mother up there. Make it go to sleep, but sit rigid enough so that you can manipulate it and glide that handpiece across and make the cutter sure that 4-prong cutter cuts the wool. So there goes Bailey Rush. He's into the long blow now, first to do so. You're watching here on the front stand this young Barraclough. He's got that sheep pretty well confined at the moment. Left leg under the shoulder there, right foot hard in again. The back of the sheep, controlling it. And as they get to learn their art, these people, they will shear that sheep in a half-metre circle, Hugh, and that's what you call control, around that half-metre circle below that dropper.
Yeah, position is all important, of course, and that's one thing that going on a good shearing course will teach you. And these shearers will all be starting out, they'll be going on courses regularly and listening in the shed as well to their elders and betters, picking up every little tip they can. So who's the furthest on? It looks like we got another good heat. This is the 5th and final heat of this, the New Zealand Shears Novice Championship. Down the last side comes the shearer there on stand at number 4. They're doing a beautiful job. Look at them. The quality is good. The judges are making sure that everything is correct. Down the last side they come now then. Beautiful job being done. Bailey Rush on stand number 4. He comes out the hind leg. Luke Rush He's coming underneath the front leg. Then we got Reese Fayers there on stand number 2. He's cleaning off under the front leg. So too is the young fella from Pew Pew, Corey Barracliff. He's coming down the last side. Keeping his job, keeping that quality right. Just flicks that wool out the way. There's young Corey there on stand number 1. Rush on stand number 4. He looks to have it under control. Luke is right up there with him. Reese Fayers is having a wriggle there on stand number 2. But it's the 2 Rush boys there on stands 3 and 4. Out goes Bailey Rush on stand number 4. Luke Rush puts the finishing touches. Looks like he'll be the next to go out. He has a little bit of a tidy up round that tail. Corey Barracliff is doing a beautiful job as well. Out goes Luke on stand number 3. Corey Barracliff, he's just coming around the top of that tail there. Has done a beautiful job by the finisher. And Reese Fayers, he goes out on stand number 2. Out goes Corey. Give them all a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And that concludes the novice shearing here. The novice heats.
Thank you. Righto, first heat of junior will be have Ash Andrew, Kenneth Land, Dwayne Smith, Murray Yates, James Jackson and Zane Brink. Those shearers can get ready, please. First heat of junior. Intermediate shearers, you can collect your shirts now, your singlets, please. From Brent down here at the front of the building. Intermediate shearers, come and collect your singlets.
So there you look on the right hand big screen. Alabaster's at the top of the group at the moment with a 19.043. It's all about getting in that top 6. Still a few competitors to be judged.
4.4 FM. Cruise FM.
The final points will come through once we get all the red figures up here above the shearer's stand. So once again, just how we're scoring out there. On the board, the shearing judges are looking for second cuts to the wool fibre. They've got a handheld transmitter there, and that sends it through to the computer room. Out the back, there's another set of judges, and they got a computer system out there that reads all the data that they put into it. And then, of course, we have the time points calculated at 3 points per minute. And we'll get the final figure. The red figures are the final figures of how the shearer has completed. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting on a couple of to come in there. We're waiting on that last heat to be judged properly. Looks like those red figures are up now. Just shortly we'll see a little bit of change.
Okay, if we could have that first heat of junior on the board, please. First heat of junior on the board. Ash Andrew, Kenneth Land, Dwayne Smith, Murray Yates, James Jackson and Zane Brink. Those shearers can go up now, please.
Remember, only God could judge ya. Forget the haters, 'cause nobody loves ya. And everyone in line in the bathroom, trying to get locked in the bathroom. We all so turned up here, getting turned up, yeah. So la-da-dee-da-dee, when we like to party, dancing with Molly, doing whatever we want. This is our house, this is our rules, and we can't stop. we can do what we want to. It's our house, we can love who we want to. It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go. Junior heats for 2015. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Putters, go! Righto, we're in action once again here, the first heat of the junior competition. Hey, they're up there. They want to get through to the next round. These 6 shearers. Brink from Whanganui down there on the far end, doing the job right. He says, I'll get the first 3 shots in a right. Jackson from Brongihau on stand number 5. Yates from Tolaga Bay across the other side. Here on stand number 4. On number 3, the Smith says, I need a little bit more tension there, and I'm going to take the top knot off. Up over the top comes Land from up in the Maricopa, out on the coast. And then we've got the P10 boy, young Andrews, up here on the front stand. Throwing it into that first shoulder. You'll notice these competitors are going to shear 2 sheep as the same times it takes the novice shearers to shear 1. They're right in amongst it. 2 sheep to be shorn from these junior competitors. And the quality they know is going to have to be great because these sheep are really combing well. A little bit of dirt and a little bit of dust and a little bit of water. But down on the skin, they're inky pinky, and you can make the job just absolutely fantastic if you do all the business right. So over the last side now comes Ash Andrews from Pew Pew, making it easy there. Nice pleasant style, rocking and rolling the sheep as she comes down the last side. And she's going to be first to bounce into the pen. And of course, now you'll see there's about a 2.5 on the board up there. That's an average of 2.5 second cuts per sheep. That's over the allotted number of sheep. That will change as we go further down.
Here's a bit of a kicker there on stand number 2, but Ash Andrews got a second sheep out on the board. Looks to be doing it easy, nice and easy, a beautiful relaxed style there on stand number 1. Into that undermine she goes. 1 big blow either side the backbone and up the neck she'll go. She's starting to pull away from the rest of these fellas and her quality is quite good. So she'll just stick to her work now and get that job done. So into that first front shoulder goes Ash Andrew on stand number 1. Kenneth Land on stand number 2. He's just coming, putting the finishing touches. 1 more bit of a tickle around the top of that tail. He'll be going in for sheep number 2. On stand number 3 we got Duran Smith. On stand number 4 is Murray Yates, James Jackson on 5, and Zane Brink up there on stand number 6. But it's still Ash Andrews now on stand number 1. She's turned for home around that front shoulder. And down the last side she comes now then on stand number 1, making it look very easy. Underneath the front leg, out to the top of the sock she'll go in this next blow now. 2 more blows. 1 more bit of a flick for Ash Andrew. And out she goes on stand number 1. A good job being done there by Ash Andrew. So who's the closest to her now then? It's Murray Yates up there on stand number 4. He's turned for home around that shoulder. Round that shoulder he comes, shuffling the sheep back to the porthole all the time. Nice little steps as he coming down the last side. James Jackson on stand number 5. He's turned for home. Down the last side he comes. But it's Murray Yates now on stand number 4. Out he goes on stand number 4. James Jackson, he puts the finishing touches. 1 little bit of a flick around the top of the tail. Out goes James Jackson on stand number 5. Kenneth Land is into that first front shoulder. Duran Smith underneath that front leg. Down the last side he comes there on stand number 3. Zane Brink up there on stand number 6. He's just swinging those long blows. He cleans off the cheek and down the last side he comes. But it looks like it's going to be Duran Smith there on stand number 3. Out he goes. He hits the time button. He has his time taken. Down the porthole she slides. So we just got stands 2 and 6 now then. Kenneth Land on stand number 2 underneath the front leg. So too is Zane Brink on stand number 6. Out the hind leg they go, just about together. They clean off a little bit of wool on top of the legs, right out to the top of the sock now. Oh, Kenneth's got a bit of a kicker. He'll just settle it down, he'll keep his cool. Out goes Zane, up there on stand number 6. She just wants to show off that haircut. And out they go. That's the end of the first heat of this, the junior competition. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
8788
Rightio, heat 2. Hemi Lambert, Eve Petty, Sean Gout, Luke Fleming, Liam Lowry and Jeremy Morton. Those shearers can go onto the board, please.
Cruise FM.
Oh, no Hemi Lambert. Okay. Okay, Neil, we got the all clear. We have an Irish light. Thank you. Righto. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Pitters, go. Working away at the job, these guys. Hard to get the sheep tipped up for a start. That is young competitors thinking about a lot of things as they step into that pen, but what they need to do is concentrate on where they are and what they've got to do. With the first job at hand is to remove the wool on these wild animals, and with the lowest number of points that possibly can happen. Okay, we have on the front stand here Eve Petey from Oxford, very carefully going down that first off leg. Sean Galk from Ekatahuna coming across the first off shoulder. He's about to go as he steps up the neck. Luke Fleming from Pew Pew, well, he's shearing down on the necky these days, and he steps up the neck on stand number 4. Liam Lowry from Glen Murray down on number 5, and on number 6 from Gisborne we'll have going pretty well, doing the job. He's right into it there as young Morton going around the back of the head. Here we go, look at him into the first, into the long blow, hard on the heels of Eddie Petey up here on the front. Next, a lot of competitors be ready to go because we want to keep the show floating along. Remember that there's a speed shear tonight for the senior and open competitors, and they'll be wanting to get over there with nice and early to get a prime spot on the roster. Turning off the long blow now. There's Eve up here on the front stand, across the shoulder she comes. The money side of the sheep we talk about. When she finishes that sheep, ching will go the cash register. Well, that's what happened on a day in and day out in the shed.
but she's got another round or two to make in this junior stuff if she wants to make the Ching shot down the last side. But it's Gulp from Ekarahuna, steps into the pen, doing it right. Coming across the shoulder on the last side is Lowry from Glenmurray. He's going hard out as well, working away, doing the job right. Jeremy Morton down there on the last side. Out the last league he comes, full of concentration. He was out in front for a start, but he's just lost that mantle at the moment. There goes Luke Fleming. Into the pen he steps. Eve Petey from Oxford, good straight back. Legs hard in against the sheep shoulder now. Trying to keep the sheep sort of corralled underneath the body. Out the last leg for Liam Lowry, but Jeremy Morton, another one on the board for him, sheep number 2. Just 2 sheep these junior shearers are working at, Hugh, and it looks like they're going pretty strongly as well.
Yeah, they're doing a good job as well. Another quality heat. Eve Petty there on stand number 2. Up the neck she goes on a second sheep. Sean Cook there on stand number 3. Sean Cook, I think it is, on stand number 3. He's a flat tack on the long blows. On stand number 4, we got Larry Fleming. Luke Fleming, sorry, on stand number 4. Up the neck he goes. Stand number 5, we got Liam Lowry. And up there on stand number 6, we got Jeremy Morton. But it's still the man on stand number 3, then Sean Gauk. Down the last side he comes. Eve Petty there, she's dropping into the long blows. Doing a beautiful job. Her quality points are good as well above her head. She'll get to the turn, she'll clean off that cheek, and Eve Petty will come down the last side as Sean Gauk puts the finishing touches. One little bit of a flick on top of the tail. Out goes Sean Gauk from Ekarahuna. Here's his time taken. Eve Petty now then, she's turned for home. She cleans underneath that front leg. A little bit on top of the brisket there, and down the last side she comes. She's doing a beautiful quality job. Looks to be shearing very, very clean there on stand number 2. Very fast return. Hand coming back just in the right place. So it's one bit of a flick on top of the tail. Out goes Eve on stand number 2. And she'll have her time taken. Oh, Luke Fleming. He's turned for home. Up there on stand number 6 is Jeremy Morton. He's turned for home. He's coming down the last side. One more comb width. One little bit of a tickle, and out he goes on stand number 6. And Luke Fleming now then. He's underneath that front leg. These junior shearers are doing a beautiful job. John.
Well, that's what they're there for. If you do it rough when you're a junior, you're always going to be rough when you get up into the bigger grade. So start right as you mean to go on in life. As we come out the last leg now. Fleming finishing touches across the shoulder of the Glenmurray man, Lowry, working away at the job. What's he got? 7 or 8 blows left down that last side. He may take a few more being a junior shearer. Just using half the comb maybe. And he wants to keep the quality down, and he's doing that all right. You can see the first sheep's been judged out the back. That's a good pen score. You just look along that top line and see that second column. That's the one that shows you how well the shearers have gone. And he reaches for the button, and he's got a 1.5, so he gets a 2. He's got 2 second cuts per sheep on both those sheepy, Sean. So that is pretty smart. Very, very smart indeed.
Okay, moving along to Heat 3, please. Heat 3 will be Hannah Morehouse, Connor Pua, David Wards, Thomas Marshall, Robert Harvey, and Angela Walker. That's Heat 3.
Just, John, I'll just like to read out the novice names for the final. The novice shearers for the final. Top qualifier was Ruben Alabaster. Horehepa Rapana was second. Bailey Rush was third. Cody Gregg was fourth. Sarah Reed was fifth. And Jack Virtue was into the 6th position. So very, very tight indeed. Unlucky shearer Corey Barraclough. So that is well done to those novice shearers. They will be just shearing later on in a final, an instant prize giving final.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, they're happy enough, Neil. Let's go. Keep them out of the pens. Look over the pens. Don't let them in there. They'll hurt. They'll get hurt.
They shouldn't be old enough to know what they're doing anyway. Okay, looks like we're ready to go.
Shake and rattle and roll.
There's gotta be a way between
Right, Robbie, on the board, Robbie.
of secret.
Then 5.
Okay, timekeepers ready, judges ready, competitors go.
They're off and moving once again.
Now upon us, you
The
might
judges have got a smile on their face. We have some more victims out in front of us, Hugh, and they're going to love this moment. And we've got Hannah Morehouse on the front stand here, the number 1. On number 2, we have Connor Puha. Everything's happening for him. David Ward's on number 3. On number 4, the Marshall man, Thomas. He's from Lanaki. There we go on number 5, Robbie Harvey from down there in Nelson. And there on stand number 6, we have Angie Walker. She was in the Woolhandling a bit earlier on, so she's had a bit of a taste of hitting the boards. So the pressure's on. They know how well that other heat went. We're in now they're making it happen. Up on the front, who's going to be the first to get the drop? Round the first of the back of the head. They're all pretty much blow for blow, Hugh. Nobody's got our way at the moment.
Yeah, they're all pretty friendly at the minute, all in the same blow. Up the neck all the way along the line. So Hannah Morehouse from Pew Pew is on stand number 1. She's just dropping into that front shoulder. Connor Puha here on stand number 2. He's getting down into those long blows as well. And look at him, David Ward's there on stand number 3. Thomas Marshall is on 4. Robert Hervey is on stand number 5. And Angela Walker, she was in the open Woolhandling early there. She's on stand number 6. So who's the first to show a little bit of speed now then? Angela Walker's even got time to talk to the judge up there on stand number 6. And down the last side now then we've got Connor Puha. He's a very good wool handler as well, but now he's stepped up with the handpiece. And around that shoulder he comes. Down the last side comes Connor Puha. Who's the closest to him? I think it's Hannah Morehouse on stand number 1. She's right up with Connor Puha. Connor Puha's out the hind leg. Hannah Morehouse just coming down to the hind leg. Connor's doing a beautiful job, so is Hannah. Look at them, these are the junior shearers. This Connor Puha, nice and easy does it. He just rolls into the pen, making it look very easy. Hannah Morehouse on stand number 1. She looks very relaxed as well. She just flicks that last little bit of wool on top of that flank. In she goes for sheep number 2. A young lady showing these boys the way to go. So Connor Puha now then just cleans off on top of that hind leg. Now he's into the back leg. David Ward's, he brings out 2. Thomas Marshall's got 2 coming out. Rob Hervey there on stand. And number 4, he's got a beautiful shearing sheep out as well. And Angela Walker is coming out down the last side of sheep number 1. But it still stands 1 and 2. Connor Puha is up the neck. Hannah Morehouse is into that undermine. She goes up the neck. David Ward's is having a bit of a kick and a wriggle, but he's laughing it away. He'll just be settling it down. He's talking to the judge. He said, how the hell do I stop it doing that? Whatever he told him isn't working because she's still kicking. So it's Connor Puha now then into the long blows. Hannah Morehouse just a couple of blows behind now, John. Doing a beautiful job. It's Connor Puha. Looks cool, calm and collected. Swinging that steel nice and easy. Connor Puha cleans off the cheek and down the last side he comes. He's pulled a couple of blows away from Hannah Morehouse again. And beautiful shearing up there, John.
They're certainly working away at it. Young Marshall from Nike, that's up round the back of Huntley area. He's into the back of the off shoulder now. Look at him swinging his sheep with every blow. Hard out, full of concentration. Well, let's move away from as Hervey there goes out the last big shot on the long blow. Round the back of the head, he's going to hit the money side of the sheep. Angie Walker comes up the top on sheep number 2. But the pace here, Connor Puha, he does everything relaxed. I watched him in the wool handling. He just, same thing, he just goes and goes and goes. Steady old pace. And he got that sheep shorn. What did he stop the clock in about 4.5 minutes? Hannah Morehouse going to be next in line here on stand number 1. Pretty good sort of a job as well as name of the game is to keep nice and flat across that skin. Ward's Tamarunui's got a real battle with the sheep. She should be on the old barbecue with a rotisserie so you can jam the cold steel up it all the way. And he'll hopefully get a taste of it later on when he goes and shears the rest of her sisters out there at the farm. Into the long blow now for Angie Walker. Out the last side with a little bit of a wriggle. The Nelson man, Hervey, working across that last leg. Hits the button now and stops his clock in 5 minutes and 26. To the last side. And finished is for Tommy Marshall. Over the shoulder, Angie Walker comes down on stand number 6. Ward comes across the shoulder on the last side. He'll just be squeezing the sheep down all the way, and he'll be chasing her out to the truck to see if he can buy her off the farmer. The judges are still judging as the rest of the competitors. You'll notice the judges keep rotating along the borders, even though there may be only one competitor left. It's all about keeping the averages right, so each judge only judges one part of the sheep, and he's got a real battle. He's doing a marvellous job. He's keeping his cool. He's keeping his cool. Down and out to the flank he comes. Now we still have more competitors in this event to come. Right out the last leg. Gonna pop the head out shortly. Just relaxing. That sheep's not even puffing. She's as strong as an ox. And a big battle of the wills. Well done, Mr. Wards from Tamarunui. That was tough. So we do have some more competitors to come forward, John, don't we?
Thank you, Johnny. Right, next heat will be Mitchell Hall, Peggy Sue Tongarara, Ricky Stevenson, Lara Bradley, Arahu Maria.
Since I've seen what you're gonna be, I couldn't leave that loaded gun in your hand. Said no, no, no. Said no, no, and I wish that you would come on down and get involved. And I wish that you would stick around and just come on down. Face the wall now, since you messed up again. How did you know so soon? Don't pass it up now. The colors change through the day. They're looking different already. Since I've seen what you're gonna be, I couldn't leave that loaded gun in your hand.
Okay, shearers to the board, please.
Okay, mate.
Green light, John.
Okay, well, looks like we're ready to go.
Just come on down. Now don't you tell me what's on your mind. 'Cause if I hesitate,
Okay. Timekeeper's ready. Judge is ready. Competitors, go.
Well, we're getting down to it now. Out come another heat. They're looking pretty sharp as we're getting it all done here now. What are we up to the last heat, are we? Not quite, there's still a few to come yet. They're up here on the front stand. Getting it right. Is Hoare from Tigawiti, one of the local ones. Going all right, Peggy Sue to Hengaroa. So that's Michael Hoare up on the front stand. Peggy Sue to Hengaroa on stand number 2 from Pew Pew. On 3 we got Ricky Stevens from Gisborne. On 4 we got Laura Bradley from Woodville. And Anaru Morahu down there, Morarau, sorry, on stand number 5. Once again, these lady competitors are putting the pressure on these young gentlemen with the quality, the speed, and the workmanship out the back. They're making them work for every inch they're going to get up here in the shearing world in this junior elimination round. Around the back of the head comes Stevens. The young man from Gisborne drops into the first off shoulder now. Laura Bradley working across that money side of the sheep, slightly leading the field at the moment. She's a lass that's been in the novice competition. She's now moved up a grade and she looks like she can handle it all right. Peggy Sue to Hangaroa. She's always bouncing around, this young lass. She'll be hoping she's going to do enough to make the next round. Was in the Woolhandling earlier on. Dipped out there, but it's got to throw it all into the shearing now. Into the long blow. And finishing touches come from Michael Hoare on the front stand. On to the last side. Down across the flank, the top of the shoulder now. Swings his sheep around into that half-metre circle. Got to stay under the dropper arm. In they go, Laura Bradley. Smart sort of a time, just a shade over 2 minutes for her sheep. Morarau comes to the top of the shoulder on the money side. Strong and powerful and contains the sheep, moving the hand very slowly. Pulls the sheep back towards the portal, getting too close to the edge of the board. Chief heels and down and out to the flank. Out the last leg comes young Michael Hoare. Likewise as Ricky Stevens. These young competitors really made a good job of it so far. So here they go. Hugh, how many more heats do we got to go after this?
We got one more heat of this junior competition to come. So already up the neck and is Laura Bradley. I think I've read somewhere that she is leading the field in the rankings of the juniors this year. She's had a very good season, that young lady. She had a successful season last year, but she'll be up to the intermediate. I was talking to her earlier. She said it's nice to see that the Welsh boys have gone home. And how she's dropping down into that front shoulder and making it look very easy. The young lady from Woodville on stand number 4. Into the long blow she drops. Peggy Sue Tahenga over there on stand number 2. She goes up the neck and she'll just drop into that shoulder if she'll sit. Mitchell Hoare on stand number 1. He's just putting the undermine in. He goes up the neck. Ricky Stevens, he won the Royal Easter Show Juniors last weekend. So he knows his way around with that handpiece. His quality will be right. At Laura Bradley now then, she's found her stride. She's turned for home down the last side. Underneath the front leg she goes. Out the hind leg she'll go with this next shot. Keeping that comb on the skin. Making sure that there's no second cuts. And that quality looks pretty good from here. Out the hind leg she goes. Peggy Sue is chasing hard. She's on the long blows. She'll get to the turn and down the last side she comes. But Laura Bradley from Woodville, she goes out on stand number 4. She'll have her time taken, has a quick glance up at the clock. Peggy Sue to Hengaroa now then. Round that knuckle. Just cleaning it off. Underneath the front leg she goes. Down the last side comes Peggy Sue. And Ricky Stevens is getting quicker and quicker. He cleans off around that cheek. A little bit of a flick there, keeping his quality, keeping his cool. Down the last side comes Ricky Stevens. But it looks like it's going to be Peggy Sue to Hengaroa next. She just rolls that handpiece underneath the hamstring. Around top of that hind leg she goes now. Out goes Peggy Sue on stand number 2. Ricky Stevens underneath the front leg. So too is Mitchell Hoare. Mitchell's just cleaning around that front shoulder. Ricky doing a beautiful job there. Underneath that back leg he'll come with this next blow. Mitchell Hoare just underneath that front shoulder. And then up there on stand number 5 is Anaru Moerua. He just cleans off underneath the front leg. But it's Ricky Stevens from Gisborne. He goes out on stand number 3. Mitchell Hoare just puts the finishing touches. One little bit of a flick. Out goes Mitchell. And Anaru now then up there on stand number 5. He just puts the finishing touches. Doing a beautiful job. A very, very cruisy style. Makes it look very, very easy. One bit of a tickle on top of the tail for him. And out he goes on stand number 5. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the end of the 4th heat. So the 5th and final heat of this, the junior shearing, will be Carmen Smith, Daniel Seed, Matthew Smith and Ed Morrow.
The time I met a girl of a different kind. We ruled the world. I thought I'd never lose her out of sight. We were so young. I think of her now and then. I still hear the songs reminding me of a friend.
So Shearers to the board. Carmen Smith on the front. Seed on 2, Smith on 3, Morrow on 4. Got a green light. Okay, referee happy. Shearers are on the board, thank you. Come on, Edward. Look over the pen, mate. They're all the same. Got a little bit of dust on the head, none on the back. That's the way it is. Okay, everybody's happy. Timekeepers right. Judges, competitors, go. So we're off and going. This is the 5th and final heat here in this competition. Ed Morrow from Aotearoa on stand number 4. On stand number 3 we have Matthew Smith from Aotearoa, or Wakatani he's got up there. For Woodville we have Daniel Seed and Carmen Smith from Pongaroa on the front stand. So that's our competitors this time round. Last of these 5 heats to get a crack at shearing these very, very strong sheep. but they look to be combing extremely well under the conditions. A little bit of dust on top of the head, but that is nothing. There's nothing up the back, so that's what we worry about in the shearing world. And up over the tail with a couple of good shots. Here comes Smith from Wakatani, off with the top knot and around the back of the head now for Ed Morrow. He was having to go in the wool handling a bit earlier on, Hugh. Likewise was Carmen Smith up here on the front stand. So everything, everybody has a go at it. It's a multitasking sport. You can have a go at everything.
Yeah, you don't just have to stick to shearing all the wool handling. You can do both. The Carmen Smith now then from Pongaroa. She also won a hunting competition last weekend, so she's on fire at the minute. She cleans off the cheek and down the last side comes Carmen. Daniel Seed from Woodville. He's dropping down into the long blows. Matthew Smith from Whakatane there on stand number 3. He's been doing a lot of work here, and now he's dropping down into that front shoulder, down into the long blows. And then Ed Morrow there from Otrahonga. Ed's been doing a terrific amount of work for the show. He's been the entry secretary, and he's been doing pretty much everything there on stand number 4. He cleans off around that cheek and down the last side for Ed, but it's still Carmen Smith, the lady from Pongaroa there on stand number 1. Underneath that back leg, now flicks on top of the tail. In goes Carmen for sheep number 2. Daniel Seed, he cleans off underneath that front leg, and down the last side comes Daniel. Matthew Smith, he's coming down the last side. So too is Ed Morrow. So these three are very, very close together. And down the last side they come now then on stands 2, 3 and 4, but already the lady on stand number 1 is flicking that belly wool out. The belly wool just flicked out of the way. And then she'll go around that crutch just to make sure it's clean, then into the back leg. And then she'll start that back leg and undermine. Into the back leg she goes. She'll step on through as Daniel Seed brings out 2. Ed Morrow brings out 2. Matthew Smith, he puts the finishing touches. One last blow around that tail. Then there'll be a little bit of a flick. And in goes Matthew Smith for sheep number 2. But already Carmen Smith from Pongaroa up behind that sheep's ears, rolling that sheep around into that front shoulder. She's making it look very easy up there, John.
It certainly is. I just actually looking at the colour of the sheep coming out. Reminds me very much about the dingy grey of merinos, but normally Romney is quite bright in the fleece on the tips, and it's just due to the damp conditions that have been about in the last 48 hours that these sheep had to be dried in the shed a little bit, and that just caused a little bit of stain on the wool, on the tips of the wool. But down on the skin it's nice and bright, and these competitors are making that difference when they run their comb and cutter across the skin, as Carmen Smith is doing now, charging across that last shoulder, working away under the shoulder, a little bit of frib wool there. She takes off down and out to the flank. Big blow coming in here right from the middle of the back, right out the last leg. It's one of the longest blows on the sheep, that one. Got a couple of shots left to go, just going back for a little bit of a tidy up, because she knows the judges are going to tip that sheep up out the back. She says, oh crikey, I left a little bit on the inside of that off leg. She's out the last leg she goes, and she switches off in about 4.5 minutes. She stops the clock in 4:34. Ed Morrow had a good shear in the first sheep, now just back off the pace a little bit. As Seed from Woodville comes across the last shoulder. Last chance of any of these competitors in the junior grade to make it through to the next round, the semi-final. Out the last leg they come, poking and pushing and making sure the sheep stays on the floor, right under the dropper arm. Out the last leg, he cleans up the toenails. Want to get your toothbrush and do. He hits the red button. There we go. Smith from Wakatani comes around the back of the head, down towards the last side, the money side of the ship. Tidies up, off with the last shoulder now. Needs to get the head between his legs. As he comes down the last side, he needs to keep his toes pointed inwards towards the sheep so that you can control the inside of your leg. Makes all the bones and muscles work against the sheep. If you turn your feet out like Charlie Chapman, that sheep's going to slide down and get away from you. So it's an aid. Keep your toes pointed in as you come down that last side. Ed Morrow's got a half a shot to go. Hits the red button to Uncle Ed. Lets the sheep down the porthole. Has a bit of a look at the judges. How did you get so many off me, he says. Out the last leg. He's done and dusted for now, as Ed is young Smith from Wakatani. Hits the red button. Round of applause for all those junior competitors, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Johnny. We're moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into the intermediate shearing heats now. Upper Emery, Ewan Peel, Ryan Jackson, Stuart Davis, Marshall Guy and Anna Wakefield. Those shearers can start heading towards the board, please. They'll be shearing 3 competition sheep.
So we're just going to step up a little bit in the speed stakes now, ladies and gentlemen. These are the intermediates. We're on the next rung up the ladder. So we got Apanui Emery on stand number 1, Anir Pugh on 2, Ryland Jackson on 3, Stuart Davis on 4, Marshall Guy on 5, and Anaru Wakefield up there on stand number 6. So I got 2 fellow Welshmen up there on the boards this time.
Yes, so that's good to see, isn't it?
I don't feel
More
quite
than
as
one of you live in the country then?
Yeah, I don't feel quite as outnumbered now. And I see another one sitting down over there, so we're catching up.
Did you know they sent a truckload home and only sent one back? That was you. To replace a lot of them.
Quality, not quantity, John.
Yeah, he had to sneak into the back of the plane though.
We've got the all clear from the referee. We've got a green light.
Okay. Intermediate heats for 2015, ladies and gentlemen. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go!
As you were saying, we're stepping up in a little bit of a class now. These guys are starting to earn $1 or $2 at the game. Wakefield from Napier. He's just keen and casual going down the brisket, rocking that sheep as he sits it on the tail. The sheep don't like sitting on bones. If you can sit them on their rump a little bit as you're going down the belly, and that just makes them feel a little bit more relaxed. Guy, one of the great troop from up in the Kyo here on stand number 5. Just easing up the neck, sweeping blows, moving his sheep with every shot he puts in. Davies from Wales, well, he'll be hoping he can lead the way and get through to the next round. Jackson from Fielding up around the back of the head. Pugh from Wales into the long blow as well, but the pace all going from Emery up here in the front. So the cross the shoulder. He was last to come and set his handpiece up. He walked from the other end of the board, so he got warmed up properly. And out the last leg he comes, keeping the pace on. 1 minute and 6 seconds gone. Oh my golly, minute 9:10. He's going to have sheep number 2 on the board, Hugh. Pretty good start for that young
Yeah,
fella.
so this fella on stand number 1, Apanui Emery from Otrahonga. He's doing a quick job here. He's nice and relaxed. He's got sheep number 2 out on the board. Stuart Davis goes in for sheep number 2. Anir Pugh puts the finishing touches. So too does Marshall Guy. He's bang on form, that young fella down here on stand number 5. He brings out sheep number 2. Oh, he got sheep number 2 all coming out all the way along the line, but it's still this young fella on stand number 1. It's Apanui Emery from Otrahonga. He's dropping down into the shoulder. Who's the closest to him? It looks like it could be Stuart Davis as he steps up the neck, the young fella from just outside Bilthwells. Up the neck goes Stuart Davis there. Anir Pugh, he'll go up the neck. Up the neck is Marshall Guy, the young fella from up there in Kyo from that big Shearing whānau. Into the front shoulder he goes, but it's still Emery, Apanui Emery down here on stand number 1. He just goes out to the tip of the sock. Nice and easy does it for him, making it look very easy. But it's Stuart Davis and Marshall Guy are coming after him, but in goes Apanui Emery. He looks very, very cool and relaxed as he just strolled into the pen for sheep number 3. But it's a bit more frantic on stands 4 and 5 as Stuart Davis and Marshall Guy have turned for home. Down the last side they come. Stuart Davis just a couple of blows now in front of Marshall. Marshall's got a bit of a kicker. The family will be shouting at the TV over there in Australia to get him to pull his finger out. Marshall Guy just looking very cool and relaxed. Stuart Davis has got sheep number 3 on the board. Anir Pugh is coming down the last side. He's been crook for a couple of days, but look at him now. He's doing a beautiful job. The quality is right, but it's still that man on stand number 1. Apanui Emery is just cruising into that front shoulder, John.
Yeah, I just noticed that everybody that's watching along the top there, you'll see the figures that stopped up here on the front stand. Don't worry about that. The computer's still working away over there. It's just a minor problem with the sheep has hit the button on the way out the porthole. So the points are still being counted as he comes across the shoulder on the last side. 3 minutes and 40 gone. They're coming down and out the flank, and he'll be in for his last one. Is Pugh from Wales. He's hitting, God, I've got rid of that sheep. Oh, that was a real tough. It's cost me a lot of time. First off leg coming off for Jackson from Fielding, but it's going to be the button hit here on the front stand. Turn your button off, mate. You've got to hit it again to make sure they get the time clock. They've got you down here in front, but everything's going to be worked out on the computer. Don't you worry about that as Davies comes across the last shoulder. This is heat number 1 in this intermediate competition. Guy from the Kyo comes across the shoulder. Big hungry young fella works across that last shoulder blade hard on the heels of the Welshman on stand number 4. Into the long blow goes Ryland Jackson from Fielding. He's moving up over the tail. The long blow rather, working on to the last side. Davies has got the last.
Some general advice.
He's down the porthole with that sheep. Oh, it wasn't too kind. He said those judges got me for a couple on that one. Here they go down the far end on stand number 6. 3rd and final sheep in the button push for Wakefield. But Pugh from Wales just trailing the field a little bit. Have a bit of a battle. Jackson from Fielding coming out the last leg. Very relaxed style from him. Cleans off the sock. One over the hock, one over the tail, and down the hole she goes. He says, have I done enough, sir? They'll be talking to the judges. They'll still be sir at the moment. Later on in the night when they check their points, they may become Mr. Sir. Let it go, mate. Hit your button. Turn your button off. Stop your clock.
Hit your button, Anir Pugh. Anir Pugh, hit your button. Hit the button.
Okay, move off to the left, gentlemen. Go to the road. Go to the road.
Okay, heat 2 will be him Lambert, Andrew Brown, Frazier Webb, Jaded and Luke Fleming. Those shearers can go to the board, please.
Oh, we've got another very good lineup coming, ladies and gentlemen. They just keep coming better and better as they keep going through the heats. We got Sam Wilson on stand number 1, Hemi Lambert on stand number 2, Andrew Brown on 3, Kaiser Wed on 4, Jason Hettet on 5, and Luke Fleming up there on stand number 6.
They say if you look around for something hard enough and you just might find it. And
Well, there, if you check out the board on the right hand side, Marshall Guide in the front at the moment, 24.9. So that's the score to beat if you want to get onto the board. They'll be at the top of the heap. We have a green light and the referee's coming back along the board very fast. Would you wheelbarrow that man back across here, please? He's done. Everybody's happy. Doesn't take all day to stick a handpiece on. Okay. You right, John?
Okay, yes, you're set to go. Want the green light. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go! Whoa, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it, stop. No, you jumped the gun, guys. Can't have that. We'll start again.
No, we've got to wait for the green light to come from our scorers.
Stop. Come on, guys, listen to the call, please. Don't jump the gun. You won't get another warning.
So we'll have our sponsors been looked at around the hall. Farmlands, some of them Elders Wool, Doots Far, McDonald's, Lime, AFCO, Waitomo, Placemakers, Northern King Country, Young Farmers, Riverside Lodge, MKM, Manawatu Knitting Mills. She's all go. There's just heaps of them. Can-Am, another one, and Tui Breweries. So FMG Advice and Insurance, of course, Lister Super Shear, Acto Agriculture, Elders Primary Wools, Balanced Fertiliser. There's just heaps of people that have put in the effort. Super Rare. Everything's just ripping here when what we want to do is make it fair for everybody to make it through to the next round. So you just got to recalculate things. It's just one of the minor things.
Just a reminder to all shearers that you go on the word go, not 3 or 4 seconds before. So we're just waiting for the system to come back up.
Okay, we have a green light. We're ready to go again. We will
Okay. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Competitors, go!
So they're off and moving this time, even across the field. As things are starting to look pretty smart for these young fellas over only 24 to beat. That's what they got to get lower than, or at least be close to it, because that's the score of the open, the leader at the moment. So Sammy Wilson from Thames up here on the front stand. From Raupunga, Hemi Lambert on 2. Andrew Brown from Winton on number 3. Napier's Kaiser Wed. He's as keen as mustard in the middle. On stand number 5, we get Jason Hettet from Pew Pew, and from Pew Pew, Luke Fleming down the far end. So we're into it and going hard, and around the back of the head comes Brownie. Dropping into the first off shoulder is Wilson on the front stand here. Lambert from Raupunga, couple of blows across the back of the head. You can see that the styles will change as these young shearers certainly start to put a few more sheep out in years to come. They will make some shortcuts in the number of blows they put in. They will put them in at a different angle. But here at the moment, it's all about keeping it nice and flat across the skin. And who's going to be first to drop out here? Big hands going and head it from Pew Pew, working down that last side. Under the shoulder for Wed. Across the last shoulder here, Brown, Lambert and Wilson all together. Fleming under the shoulder and down and out to the flank, but it looks like it could be a man on stand number 5. Headed from Pew Pew. He says, righto, I'm going to set the pace and then I'm going to stroll into my pen and get another one, Hugo.
Here, so the second sheep coming out now then along the board. On stands 4, 5 and 6. Stand number 1 is going in for sheep number 2. Hemi Lambert puts the finishing touches. He'll go in for 2. The young fella just stepped up into this, the intermediate. But already into that back leg and undermine now then is Jason Headett there on stand number 5. One big blow either side the backbone and up the neck he goes on stand 5. Who's the closest to him now? It looks as if it could be Luke Fleming down there on stand number 6. Up the neck he goes, up the neck goes Kaiser Wed on stand number 4, but already dropping into that front shoulder is Jason Headett on stand number 5, but look at Luke Fleming coming after him there on stand number 6. I think he might have put a couple of blows around him and he's dropping down into the long blows. Luke Fleming then from Pew Pew. He swings that steel on the long blows. He gets to the turn and down the last side he comes. Around that shoulder then for Luke Fleming. Underneath that front leg he'll go with the next blow. Jason Headett coming after him. So too is Kaiser Wed. Where's the rest of the boys now? Sam Wilson on stand and number 1 is dropping into the front shoulder. Hemi Lambert is getting quicker and quicker. The man from Raupanga. He's clamps that head between his knees and down the last side he comes. But it's still Luke Fleming up there on stand number 6 as he goes in for his 3rd and final sheep. Out she comes through the portal. He sits her down and he's going to be into that belly wall. If she'll sit comfortable, she's kicking and wriggling. That'll allow Jason Headett to come back at him. Jason, cool, calm and collected on stand number 5. Into the pen he goes. Kaiser Wed, he's really caught up and he goes for sheep number 2. And look at Hemi Lambert, the little fella on stand number 2. He's got his 3rd and final sheep out onto the board. But already then is Luke Fleming up there on stand number 6. Off comes the top knot, up the neck he goes. This is some pretty good shearing up there from these intermediates, John.
Yeah, they're working away at it, aren't they? Interesting to see their styles and just the way they try and calm the sheep down. Some guys do it with a bit of fluster and other guys just casually move their arm into a different place, shift their foot, hold a little bit on the floor and let the sheep come down or up to them as the case may be. They're working hard now. Sheep number 3 on the board. 3rd and final one. He comes over the top on the last side is Luke Fleming, starting to wind into the shots as Headett on 2. Sheep number 3, stand number 5 as he's into the long blow. Into the long blow there is Wed from Flaxmere. That's across in the bay. But it's Luke Fleming winding down the last side. Round into the long blow now is Lambert. Wilson on the first off shoulder. But it's going to be Fleming first off in this heat. Round up the long blow. The young man from Winton. As Luke Fleming stops the clock in about 4:57. Over the shoulder on the last side comes Headett from Pew Pew, working away. Had a fast first sheep. Thought he better slow down and tidy things up a little bit. Done the job nicely there on stand number 5. Out the last leg. It could be a man on number 4, Wed from Flaxmere. Casey has got the finishing shots and oh no, it's Hemi Lambert from Raupanga now. Comes across the last leg. Wilson from Thames under the shoulder. Shearing up in the Coromandel by crikey. A lot of fun, good place to be, but he says, here I am trying to get this mother shorn and all the wool off it. There's Andy Brown finishing touches there on stand number 3. Under the shoulder and down now to the flank. Very relaxed style. Pops the head out. He knows that these sheep are quite strong. What's the bustle, he says. Let's get it off as easy as I can. Hits the button. Turn your plant off. Turn your clock off, mate. Hit your button. Hit your button. That's the story. That's the first job.
Righto, we'll have heat 3 with Sean Tootin, Brent Bellamy, Tegan Bradley, Ashley Burns, Craig Wards, and Caleb Foote. Are the next shearers on the board, please?
So Power Farming are the sponsors in this one. Of course, along with the New Zealand Shearing Champs. We need our sponsors. Doesn't matter which competition you go to. The organisers go to great efforts to get a bit of money for you young people to take home. And we trust that you treasure the efforts that go into running one of these competitions. I can tell you, if you don't appreciate it, come and join the committee of any one of them and give a bit back. We have a green light on the far side.
Community projects in the Waitomo region.
Shearers on the board.
Major sponsor.
Okay, looks like we're ready for a start. Neil gives me the all clear. Okay, just one shearer in the pen there.
Support local. Support Mackendo Group Tikawiti. 0800 JG Mac.
Righto.
0800 546
Timekeeper's ready. Judgy ready. Pillars, go!
Make sure you have the following items handy in your house.
Well, red lights are flashing up there again, but that's just the time. Points being calculated at 10. That's 3 points per minute every 20 seconds from the time that we say go to the time the shearer hits the button is what's calculated. And you'll see them be shearing these sheep in somewhere around about 4.5 to 5.5 minutes. Here on the front stand we have Sean Thurton from Dannyburg, and he's moving up the undermine with a couple of quick shots, but the darling says, I want to take you to pieces, and she wants to smash his comb on his spare hampies. Oh, crikey, get out of that, he says. Brent Bellamy from Stratford on stand number 2. Tegwin Bradley from Woodville on stand number 3. And these sheep are still lively, and Tegwin's had a bit of a jumper so far. And then, of course, we have Ashley Burns from Ekatahuna, Craig Wards down there from Tamarunui on stand number 5, and Caleb Foote from, from Waikiriatu, looking pretty astute down there as he comes across the shoulder. Easy down the last side for Wards from Tamarunui. Burns from Ekatahuna right there on the button as well, but cagey old Wards, he says, righto, let me into the pen. I'm getting number 2 on the board. He's showing these young fellas up a little bit. Then goes Mr. Foote down the far end. Burns is right on his tail. To the top of the shoulder is Thurton. Brent Bellamy coming across the last side of the sheep. Tegwin Bradley having a bit of a battle with this one. Not been shearing too many sheep of late, but he's always had the quality, and let's hope he can keep it together, because this sheep has given him a bit of a workout. So up over the top comes Wardsy. Caleb Foote right there as well. Oh, they're dancing and prancing. It must be going to rain out there, Hugh, and they're not liking the situation at all.
Waikato DHB Director of Clinical Services.
These sheep are certainly unsettled, and it could well be to do with that rain out there. They know when it's going to come. So Sean Turton then from Dannyburg, he's shearing out in Pongaroa. He brings out his second sheep onto the board. Brent Bellaby brings out sheep number 2. Tegwin Bradley's got sheep number 2 out on the board. Up the undermine he goes. One big blow either side the backbone. Already dropping down is Ashley Burns. From Ekadahuna on stand number 4. Craig Wards from Taumaranui. He's cleaning off the cheek. He's coming down there. And up there is Caleb Foot from Waikaretu. He's coming down the last side as well. So 3, 4 and 5. 4, 5 and 6, sorry, are coming down the last side together. Underneath the front leg. Out the hind leg they go with the next blow. Keeping those blows nice and flowing. Nice and easy. It does it for those 3. Craig Wards in. He goes in for sheep number 3. Caleb Foot, he puts the finishing touches if she'll sit on stand number 6, but in goes Ashley Burns from Ekadahuna. He's got sheep number 3 on the board, sits her down, sets her up, and he'll be away. And now the men on 1, 2 and 3. Sean Turton had a kick in sheep first up, so he's just kept that quality, kept his cool. He'll clean off the cheek and down the last side he comes now. Brent Bellamy from Stratford. He cleans off round the cheek and he comes down the last side. Tegwin Bradley, he puts the finishing touches and he goes in for sheep number 3. But already look at the man there on stand number 6. Caleb Foot has just got a bit faster shearing sheep this time. He's hit the old gas button. He wants that turbo to kick in. He drops down into that front shoulder, making it look quite easy. Craig Wards is right up there with him. So too is Ashley Burns. But it's still the man on stand number 6. He's just dropping into the long blows. The longest blows on the sheep from the top of the hip bone to right up behind that sheep's ears. He'll get to the turn, but Ashley Burns is right up with him. I think Ashley Burns might have gone a blow in front now. Down the last side comes Ashley. Down the last side comes Caleb. Down the last side comes Craig. We're going to have a bit of a battle on here, John.
Oh, they're working away in a stand 4 and 6 under the shoulder and down out to the flank. Caleb Foot from Waikareatu out the last leg comes Burns from Ekadahuna. These boys have done a bit of shearing together and look at them, almost twins, but it's going to be Burns from Ekadahuna gets ahead. Craig Wards there is likewise as finishing touches as Caleb Foot do a marvellous job. And over to the last side now comes Tegan Bradley for Woodville. Around the back of the head and down towards the first shoulder comes Thurton. Up on the front stand here, working away, feels he's hemmed in by judges. That they're there for a job. They want to record the number of second cuts to the wool fibre. They need to have the least number of those on their second column on the board points. They keep an eye on it. What have we got? A 2 down there on stand number 6. A 1.33 on stand number 4. So there's been some good low scores here this afternoon as these young competitors have been showing their wear. Down and out to the flank for Thurton as Tegwin Bradley finishes the task. To the top of the shoulder and the last side is Brent Bellamy. Under the shoulder and down and out the flank he's about to come. He's hoping his gear's going to last. A little bit of dust on the top of these sheep. This sheep wants to start to move a little bit.
Hit your button on stand 1. Sean Turton, hit your button.
Turn your plant off, Sean Thurton.
Sean Turton, press your button. Press your button.
Red button. Red button. Oh, we've got red buttons everywhere. 6 of them up there.
And they're still not pressing the bloody thing.
Move off, gentlemen. Thank you for coming along. We hope you enjoyed your time. We hope to see some of you back, or if not all here.
Righto.
Next heat.
Heat 4. Righto, heat 4. We're up on the board now, please. Hugh DeLacy, Richard Tongara, Harris Tongara, Jared McIntosh, Jimmy Hopoki. Those shearers can go to the board now, please. Hugh DeLacy, Richard Tongara, Harris Tongara, Jared McIntosh, and Jimmy Hopoki. Those shearers on the board.
So we're getting now towards the end of this. This is what heat number 4 on the board now. One more to come. Those red figures up there indicates all the scores have been counted. Still at 24. That's pretty sharp. He's gone to the top of the heap. Callum Foot. He's gone to the top of the heap. Only the 5 shearers. Move that shearer up there, please, Mr. Judge. Move him up one. Thank you, Mr. Judge. Mr. Judge Hodge. Once we've had this intermediate elimination round, we will have the novice shearing final. The novice shearing final, and it will be an instant prize giving. So there is one more heat after this one in this intermediate elimination round, and then we will move on with the novice shearing final, which Sarah Reid. Oh, I love these people when they write these things. Oh, Hepa Rapana is on stand number 2, Cody Gregg on 3, Bailey Rush on 4, Ruben Alabaster on 5, and Jack Virtue on 6.
Would those novice shearers please go and collect their shirts, please, from Brent? Those novice shearers, will you come and collect their singlets from Brent, please? All right, looks like we've got the all clear. Timekeeper's ready. Judges ready. Pillars, go!
Oh, heat number 4 underway, and up on the front stand, Hugh DeLacy from Rangiora, and on stand number 2, Richard Tahangara, Harris Tahangara, both are Aria lads. On number 3, Jared McIntosh from Pupu. And then a whole poke here there on stand number 5 from Aria. So plenty of locals up there in this one. A real good bunch of young shearers, and we're going to see some excellent shearing again. Is young Jimmy going to show us the way down on stand number 5 as he drops down into the first off shoulder. Just leading the slew quietly ahead of Jared McIntosh. Into the long blow he goes as well. Pretty much twins, those two, as they working away there on stands 4 and 5. The Harris and Richard Tahangara, the pairing in the middle there on stands 2 and 3. Who's going to be the first of the brothers to get out with his sheep number 3 and hit that red button first? But don't forget about Hugh DeLacy up here on the front stand. I just so happens to remember his father from many moons ago. Used to be under secretary for some parliamentarian or something, but he was also a shearer, and he had a lot of fun under the same sort of mould, this young fella up here on the stage, and he's enjoying his time as he rocks down that last side. He's going to bounce in for cert number 2 and keeping the job right for the judges. They're right down over it. Here they go. Into the pen, he's out with sheep number 2. Jimmy Harpokia down there. First off leg coming on, the undermine. Big sweeping blows up over the tail. Here goes Jared McIntosh now. Under the hock. Round 2 good shots up the black. Didn't go quite as far as he probably would have liked to. He'll make that shirt, he'll drop that comb when he hits into the long blow to make sure his teeth hard and flat. Harris Tahangaroa's got another one on the board. Likewise is Richard here on stand number 2. Richard throws the belly out the back. Almost got in his brother's eyes. But he says, these fellows have been in a couple of finals or 2 together over the last shearing season, and maybe they'll make it again. Who knows? So as they lay into it here on the front stand, Hugh, they're working away. Where's my Hugh? He's gone for a rest. Over the last side they come now. On the front, he's working away. Of course, stands 4 and 5 have got a little bit of an advantage. Jimmy Elpokia down the last side he comes. He's got a smart sort of time, 2.5 minutes gone for something at the moment, and he steps into the pen. The quality's good on the board. Everything looks sweet as long as he's doing the business out the back. He should be in with a chance of making the next round. In goes McIntosh. Nothing in it at the moment between the Harris and Richard here in the middle. Sneaking into the pen is old Hugh DeLacy. Good straight back as he brings another one out. Settles it down nicely. Tucks that front leg down. Lays it on his rump a little bit instead of on the tail. Makes it easy for the sheep to sit nicely. Dare I say it, let's hope it doesn't explode. Round the back of the head and down towards the first shoulder, though. It's Alpokia there on stand number 5. Doing the job all right. Sweeping blows. Sheep number 3, the third and the final. The Hangaro brothers, a little couple of shots, 2 or 3 back. Who's going to be first? And Richard gets into the pen ahead of Harris. Hey, they're keeping it. Oh, why, crikey, she's quite tight across the top. One's getting it off on the board and the other one's getting it out the back. So they're pretty close, the brothers, at the moment. But it's still Halpokia coming across the last side. Working away, keeping the job right. Third and final sheep, and he'll be out of the game in about 4.5 minutes. Under the shoulder, sweeping blows from the middle of the wither. Right out the back. The wither's right up on the top of the shoulder there. Out the sock. One over the hock, over the tail, and lets it and turns the button off and gets the call from the judge. How do you think I went? There goes the finishing touches there for McIntosh, and DeLacy pushes the button and stops the clock in 4:40. So it's just that the Hangaro brothers battling it out now here in the middle. Doing the job right. Everything's going worldwide on the web, of course. They'll all be doing it, pushing the buttons, and make sure you tell your people around the world if they want to watch the New Zealand Shearing Champs, get on the web. Here we go. Under the shoulder. To the top of the shoulder now for the Tohangaroas. It's a blow for blow situation as we come across the last side. Full of concentration. Harris has got a sheep that's just a bit more relaxed. And Richard's got one that's barking a little bit and doesn't want to sit on that last side. So he pops the head out, does Harris. Richard under the shoulder and down and out to the flank. Left hand working away. Needs to gather the skin in slowly. Harris hits the button and turns his clock. And it's still ticking away for young Richard Tohangaroa from Pew Pew. There is another heat completed, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more to go.
Yeah, that's correct, John. Okay. In this seat, Riley Carrera, Michael Boyd, Raymond Smith, Josh Baum, and Michael Hurley. Those sharers can go to the board now, please. Novice shearers together on the side of behind the commentators table, please. Novice shearers together for their final. That's Sarah Reid, Horihepa Rapana, Cody Gregg, Bailey Rush, Ruben Alabaster, and Jack Virtue.
Cruise FM with Richard on the radio till 6, and my boss will be back from 6 in the morning at your local radio station.
Navara Runout is on. Zero deposit, 1.9% finance over 48 months. That's right, current D22 and D40 Nissan Navara is on runout and stocks must go. Navara DX two-wheel drive cab chassis, 21,990. Navara ST four-wheel drive double cab, 35,990. Navara STX two-wheel drive double cab, 34,990, and Navara STX double cab, 39,990. All prices plus GST and registration costs.
Okay, we're just waiting for the green light. We've got the board referees all set to go.
And see ya on the bypass in Otorohanga.
Treat yourself to lunch.
Okay.
And enjoy some great food.
Timekeeper's ready.
Lunch and dinner.
Judge is ready. Pillars, go!
Free Wi-Fi to check your...
Woo. Well, this is the last one. They're really loving it. These fellas have sat down. These were the reason why these guys are in the last heat, because they entered first in this competition. And if we actually like to look through our registration seats, we can see that Michael Hurley, he probably chucked his money into the job something like about 11 months ago. But here on the front stand, we have Riley Carwetta from Tikawiti. So he's a lovely little slow hand on him at the moment. He just hopes his sheep sit still. We got the Boyd man from the Dargaville here, Michael Boyd. On stand number 3, we have Ramon Smith from Gisborne. On number 4, Josh Baum from Tikawiti. And Michael Hurley from Martree down on stand number 5. So it's all happening into the first off shoulder. The long blow coming up on stands 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just pretty much in that order as they rocket into it now. The first of their 3 sheep. They've had the advantage of watching all those previous competitors go. The quality they've scored. If they want to get into the semi-final, they've got 36 that is. If they want to get top of the heap, they've got to be under 24. So let's see how they go, and good luck to them, because these are the last 5 to have a crack. Out the last leg, the Tikawiti man rolling here on the front stand. Kawera, he drops it down the porthole. Boyd from Dargaville, finishing touches for him, and Ramon Smith says, crikey, I've got to stand that one up and start again and poke some quick blows in it. Michael Hurley, he gets it, another one onto the board, sheep number 2. Josh Baum, big strong young Josh, but he's just a youngster. He steps into the pen, a long stretch in there, and he just eases that sheep out without too much effort. Oh, crikey, he's been into his father's fridge, that fella. But rather, he's going and showing a bit of promise, so as he flicks the belly out the back. The wool handler gets that, removes it, it's out of the way. The judge won't stand on it. And he roars off down the undermine. 2 good shots. Michael Hurley, he steps up the neck and around the back of the head. He says, righto, I went quietly on number 1. Now I'm going to start hammering in at number 2. Bent right over his sheep as the young Boyd from Dargaville steps forward up the neck. This sheep has really got it mesmerised. He's right over the top of it and turning his toes in under the top of the shoulder there as he drops down on the offside of the sheep. Very difficult part of the sheep he's doing now, moving. He's got his wrist up against the head. Now he uses his elbow up against the head and he'll grab the front leg and haul it towards him so it pulls the skin in flat. And then he's got to get down into that long blow without getting the everything kicked off him as those big long back legs start raking, but he's away from that area now and he's hit the last side. Last side coming up for Tikawiti here on the front stand. Young Riley's doing a marvellous job, and the sheep says, I'm going to get a bit stiff about it now, mate. I'm going to work you over. And out the last leg comes Hurley. Sheep number 2 in the last side for all these 5 shearers now. Come on, this is the last chance. You've got to encourage these young competitors to make the semi-final. In they go in 3 minutes and 50 odd gone. The time's not that great. There's been faster heats down the porthole. Unconventionally for Mike Boyd that he's got another one coming onto the board, and that's more important because he knows that every 20 seconds it takes him to shear his sheep, he's going to get a point against his name. Hurley, he buzzes down the first off leg. Likewise this Carrow. Up over the top comes Hurley, 2 strokes ahead of the man on the front stand. Smith has got another one on the board, so they're all still pretty close as 7 or 8 shots cover the field. Josh Baum, first off leg coming him. Boyd as well here on stand 2. Tikawiti on the front here is around the back of the head. Riley's poking him in quick, but Hurley, he's standing in front of him in the moment. Down on the 5 stand. Into the long blow they go together. Big shots coming in from either end of the field. They want to cut that score down. Remember, they've got to be under 24 if they want to break the front barrier, or under 36 to sneak in the back door. Here they come, off the top together. Riley's a couple of shots in front of him as he comes onto the last side. Sneaking away, Hurley, he says, I'm not giving up yet, young fella. Under the shoulder and down out to the flank. They're doing a marvellous job, these young competitors. Good to see him here once again. Out the last leg for Hurley, out the last leg for Riley Carrow. Who's going to be next in line? Boyd from Dargaville, is it a Josh Baum from Tikawiti? They've both got to pop the top knot out and let the sheep roll down between their legs as they go for the red button there on stands 1 and 5. Not too far behind is Mike Boyd from Dargaville. And across the shoulder comes Ramon Smith. Working move in the shoulder. Josh Baum out the last leg. 1 shot out the hock, 1 under the hock, 1 over the tail, and down the porthole, and takes his time and just a shade under 6 minutes. Ramon Smith going to put the finishing touches in, the big tall young fella from Gisborne. Working across that last leg. Couple of shots if only the sheep would let him do it. 1 or 2 little things these young fellas need to learn on that last side, but they will get it in time. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the intermediate shearers we have for you this afternoon.
Righto, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the novice final for 2015. We'll just give a bit of a chance to change a few things around. Jack, who's missing? Jack, is he? Jack Virtue, Jack Virtue.
Your favorite radio station, Cruise FM. I've been watching you, a la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Come on, a la 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 long, a la 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 long, long. Hey, standing across the room, I saw you smile. I said I wanna talk to you for a little while. But before I make my move, my emotions start running wild. My tongue gets tied, and that's...
Ladies and gentlemen, the final event on the card this afternoon is the novice shearing final. Please give these shearers a warm welcome onto the board. On stand number 6, Jack Virtue. On stand 5, Ruben Alabaster. On stand 4, Bailey Rush. On stand 3, Cody Gregg. On stand 2, Hohebo Ravana. And on stand number 1, Sarah Reid. That's your novice finalist for 2015 for the New Zealand Champs. First final for the year, ladies and gentlemen. It will be an instant prize giving at the end. They will share 2 competition sheep. Okay, we've got the green light. Ladies and gentlemen, novice final for 2015. Timekeepers ready. Judges ready. Pitters, go!
Well, there's nothing in it. They've done extremely well to get this far. And it's good to see them up here. We have Sarah Reid. All from Tai Happy here on the front stand, the number 1. On number 2, Hori Happy Rapana. He's going to be going down the belly with 1 shot, 2 shot, 3, and maybe a half to finish it off. Cody Gregg from Levin on stand number 2. Stand number 3, as these contestants will be tested with sheer skill and brute force of these sheep. And we've got Bailey Rush from Kim Bolton down there on stand number 4. Careful hands, moving the sheep with every blow. That is the secret. Do not keep them in one spot too long. And then, of course, we got the little fella with a big ticker down there on stand number 5, Ruben Alabaster from Tai Happy. And then we got the big, powerful young Jack Virtue from Tamaranui down the far end. So we've got a very mixture of contestants up there. But let's see how these young competitors can put it all together onto the board against these wild animals, these woolly sheep that have come forward in grand shearing condition. This is the last shearing event of the day, ladies and gentlemen, bar the evening program over at the club. So you enjoy this as we work through with these young people and encourage them to do well. Don't be afraid to cheer and help out, because it's a lonely job up there under those lights. So here we go, Jack down there on stand number 6. Into the long blow you go, just leading the field slightly. Ruben Alabaster's right on his case here on stand number 5. They've got 2 sheep, and turning onto the long blow now is Bailey Rush from Kim Bolton. Cody Gregg comes across the last side. He's the first to hit the money side of the sheep, and he's powerful and strong, the young man from the Vin. Then we've got the Tikawiti Bear in Rapana. He's into the long blow here on stand number 2. Full of concentration, sure, early in the elimination round. So he's had to sit round a while and wait for his chance at getting the wool off and making this prize, getting the crown here for 2015. Sarah Reid says, righto, you guys, I'm all up against you. And she is going hard, and still going hard to get that long blow finish. She's working away She knows she's got another one in a pen. She can't panic. She's just got to get the job done. So, Hugh, you've enjoyed this stuff. It's great to see these young competitors competing here today.
Yeah, it is. I'm amazed by the talent that's coming through in the novice competition. Some real talent coming through. In goes stand number 3 is Cody Grieg. He brings out sheep number 2 to the board, his second and final sheep. But the quality and the talent that's up there on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, is great to see. It's a real inspiration because up there is the future of the shearing industry. Out comes Jack Virtue on stand number 6. He's got his second and final sheep out. So too has the little fella there on stand number 5, Ruben Alabaster. He's only 11 years of age, and the control he's got on those sheep is unbelievable for somebody of his size. He's got it under control. He says, you kick, you go on, you dare kick. He's got him under control. The way he's got him sat there, he's a real little farmer, a real prospect for the future. Into that back leg he goes. Cody Grieg already been there. He takes off the top knot. Up and neck goes Cody Grieg there on stand number 3. We've taken off the pen points, ladies and gentlemen, to keep that result a bit of a secret till the end. And we'll have an instant prize giving as soon as we finish. So up the neck now then is Ruben Alabaster. Cody Grieg already been there, done that. He's dropping into that front shoulder. She's not sitting comfortable though. Up the neck goes Jack Virtue on stand number 6. He's just cleaning off the cheek and dropping into the front shoulder. Out comes Bailey Rush on stand number 4. He brings out his second and final sheep. So too does the lady shearer, Sarah Reid from Ty Happy. She's got her second sheep out on the board, but already on the long blows. Sewing in that steel, nice and easy. Is Cody Grieg from Livin on stand number 3, cleans off the cheek, and he comes down the last side for home. How's young Ruben Alabaster going up there on stand number 5? He's on the long blows. Those little short ones, now he's on the long blows. They be a long, long way for that little fella. He's only got little arms, but by damn, he knows how to use them. Cody Grieg, though, he's turned for home. He cleans off around that shoulder. And down the last side comes Cody. Ruben is turned for home. He's coming down the last side. But Jack Virtue, he's around that shoulder as well. So it's still the man from Levin on stand number 3. Cody Grieg, out the hind leg he goes. Keeping that sheep under control. He's just popped ahead just to give himself that little bit of extra control. Jack Virtue from Taumarunui up there on stand number 6. He's putting out steel to good use. He's coming out the hind leg. Ruben Alabaster from Ty Happy. He's coming out the hind leg. But out goes Cody Grieg there on stand number 3, John, this in this novice shearing final.
Oh, the lovely, look at it, Cody Grieg. When he get it done on about 5:49, so that's a pretty sharp time for a couple of sheep. Jack Virtue hits the button. Ruben Alabaster hits the button as well. Hey, crikey. You look along the top there, there's not too many mistakes in these young shearers. As you say, we withheld the outside points to make it happen. Into the long blow now comes Bailey Rush. Got a little bit tied up on that last side on his first sheep, but he's working away at his task. As across the last side comes the Tikawiti man, Rapana. Working away, keeping the little bit of pressure with that left hand. The left hand does a lot of work for these young shearers. And you'll notice that right throughout their shearing time, that the left hand will be the strongest one. The right hand one only guides the handpiece to the top of the shoulder now for Bailey Rush. Is Rapana finishing touches to the last leg. Sarah Reid from Ty Happy into the long blow. She knows the time's ticking away, but she's trying to keep that quality down to the minimum. And as you say, we're going to be all waiting for these young competitors. As soon as we get the points all calculated, so it's just a matter of seconds as Rapana hits the button there. Under the shoulder and down and out to the flank now. Under the last leg. One under the hock. Oh, he's going to have to reach for the down cord and turn his turn his plant off as young Bailey because that sheep was just going to get up and walk downtown. But Sarah Reid to the top of the shoulder as the judges change along the board to make it fair and square for everybody. Out the last leg now. Come on, Bailey, finishing touches. Come on, Sarah, go hard, girl, up on the front. You've got about a 10 or a dozen shots under that shoulder as Bailey turns his clock off. Sarah Reid under the shoulder now. Needs to use a few more than 3 tooth if she wants to move the sheep. She just gently rocks the head up above her knees and comes out that last side full of concentration. That sheep hasn't been worried about the slow time it's taken, and her gear must be going perfectly. She comes across the last side. Got a very low second count. That's an average per sheep up there, that second column. And they come out the last leg. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. She lets that one down the chute. That's the novice shearing final here. Well done, Sarah Reid and you fellow finalists. Just hang about up on stage. Hang about on stage and have a little chin wag to yourselves, amongst yourselves. Put your towel on your head and you can take that home for yourself, and just give us a couple of moments and we will have that instant prize giving. Hugh Condon down there on the far end.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give our shearers another big round of applause. And I'd now like to ask all 6 competitors to come down to the front, come down to me down here. And whilst they're doing all these scores, put your handpieces up on the top. He's already wrecking the joint, that's 5 points off. Well, Jack, that's your first, is that your first final? And how did you enjoy that?
Yeah, no, it was pretty nerve-wracking, but yeah, no, it was good. Enjoyed it.
So you've seen the field. How do you think you did?
Oh, I don't know yet.
Good on you. Well, Ruben, well done. This young fella, ladies and gentlemen, I've been watching him from the other side of the world, and he's been having a very, very good season. Ruben, what did you think of that shearing in your first final here in Tikawiti?
Oh yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
So you'll be looking forward to coming back next year and then winning the Open next year then?
Oh, a few more years before that.
Good on you. Well, give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The scores have come up pretty quick. They haven't taken very long to get them into that computer. But the winner of the New Zealand Shearing Championships Novice Final 2015, Cody Grieg, all the way from Levin.
You down, 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 down. You down.
And just as we've given him the handshake, I'd like to welcome Les Takano onto the stage on behalf of the New Zealand Shearing Championships, and he's giving the prizes out to these young shearers. In second position, Ruben Alabaster.
Baby Cupid sending arrows from above. Don't you ever leave beside of me, and definitely not.
In third position, Jack Virtue. In fourth position, Sarah Reid. In fifth position, Bailey Rush. And in sixth position is Rapana Horepa. Give them all another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And Cody, you better say a few words before you come down off the stage.
I'd like to say thanks to the sponsors and the farmer for trying to keep the sheep dry, and everyone that competes keeps the show going together.
Well done. Give them all another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our novice finalists. That concludes the competition for today now in the stadium. We will be moving over to the Waitomo Club for the speed shear, and we will see you all there. The competing starts at 7:30 tonight. So thank you for your support today, and we'll see you back in the stadium here tomorrow if you haven't come to the Waitomo Club, and we'll see you later. Thank you very much.
Tell a friend.
Waitomo, Tikawiti, Otorohanga, 104.4 FM.
Cruise FM.
Been good enough. I'm a little bit rusty and I think my head is caving in. And I don't know if I've ever been really loved by a hand that's touched me, and I feel like something's gonna give. And I'm a little bit angry. Well, this ain't over. No, not here. Not while I still need you around. You don't hold me, we might change it. Yeah, we just might feel good. I wanna push you around. Well, I will, well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will, well, I will. I wanna take you for granted. I'm a little untrusted when I think that the truth is gonna hurt you. And I don't know why you couldn't just stay with me. You couldn't stand to be near me when my face don't seem to wanna shine. Cause it's a little bit dirty, oh well. Well, don't just stand there, say nice things to me. I've been cheated, I've been wrong with you. You don't know me, yeah, well I can't change. Well, I won't do anything at all. I wanna push you around. Well, I will, well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will, well, I will. I wanna take you for granted. Don't bowl me over, just wait a minute. Well, I kinda fell apart, things get so crazy, crazy. Don't rush this, baby. Don't rush this, baby, baby. I wanna push you around. Well, I will, well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will, well, I will. I wanna take you for granted. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna take you. Yeah, well, I will. I will,
Cruise FM is local with Richard Phelps on the radio till 6 tonight. If you're on the road and you want a list of our frequencies, just head to our website at cruisefm.co.nz.
The team at Otorohanga Collision and Repairs are your local one-stop panel and paint shop. They have courtesy cars available and they'll take the hassle out of insurance. The team can sort out your insurance claims and repairs for you as they're affiliated with all the leading insurance companies. Call the team at Otorohanga Collision and Repairs for a free no obligation quote on 07 873 8832. That's 07 873 8832. Or pop in and see them down Phillips Ave, Otorohanga.
The Woolpress Cafe offer great coffee, fresh food and friendly service. Come and grab a bite off the yummy menu and enjoy the free Wi-Fi at the Woolpress Cafe, Roara Street, Tikawiti. Dine in or take away. Phone 07 878 8841.
Need any cooling systems? How about effluent and water supplies? Or just general electrical work? Whether it's rural, commercial or domestic, Bevans Electrical has you covered. The team is quick, friendly and has 30 years combined experience. Bevans Electrical. Phone 0275 238 269.
Tell a friend.
Tikawiti, Waitomo, Otorohanga, 104.4 FM.
Cruise FM.
Your love is bright as ever, even in the shadows.